Oh, hey, Double G.
What's going on, man?
We're missing a Dez again.
We're missing a Dez.
Yeah.
Dez is burning the candle at both ends. But he was we know that we saw him helping some fellow clanmates last night, so we're never going to knock a guy for that.
No.
Spreading that expert knowledge that he has.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps it's going to be a good time.
Half your body weight is pre-workout.
That's fair. That's a fair assumption.
I'm just saying. I think your blood type would be like pre-workout.
blood type. Mesomorph.
The tingly shit.
Yeah. Beta alanine. That's what the tingly shit is.
There you go.
You ever want to know? Beta alanine.
It will never be called beta alanine. It'll be called the tingly shit.
Tingly shit. Bees on fire is how my girlfriend explained it one time.
Oh man.
Yeah, we were at the gym, and she was like, "Babe, I need something." I'm like, "What do you mean you need something?" She's like, "I need something." And I'm like, "What do you mean you need something?" She's like, I'm out of it. I need a little something." I'm like, I got this. And she's like, "What is it?" I'm like, "It's my pre-workout." And she's like, "Is it strong?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." And she's
like, would I take it? Would I take it if it wasn't?
And she's like, "Why'd you say it like that?" And I'm like, "I just want to let you know that this is not to be fucked with." So she was like, "Well, you drink a little bit of it, and then I'll drink whatever's left." And I'm like, "That's fair. I can do that." So I fired some back, and she was like, "Okay, all right." And she just took maybe like 2 fluid ounces. Man, 5 minutes later, I look over at her, and she's looking at me like wide-eyed, touching her face. I'm like, "It's got her. It's got her." And she's like, "Why does it feel like I'm just being stung by bees that are on fire?" I'm like, "Oh, that's just beta alanine. That's normal." And she's like, "I don't like this." And I'm like, "That's normal as well."
You're not really supposed to like it.
You're not supposed to
this
like
isn't
it.
like a refreshment. This isn't like for a refreshment.
I don't drink it because it tastes good. I drink it because it fires me the fuck up.
Oh, man, that reminds me of being an EMT. I would do terrible things with caffeine and workout supplements just to make sure I was staying up, because I don't care who you are, man. You don't get used to working, especially like graveyard working, like night. You just don't get used to it. Like your body will, when it's dark and your brain and body senses it, it's going to start making you tired. It just is what it is. And so, I mean, I would do like Xenadrin and like weight loss shit to like get that extra it's terrible. Terrible stuff.
Yeah.
Probably
Xenadrin. I remember that.
I probably did amazing things to like my liver, and God bless you. You've kept me alive this long. Please don't give out on me, kind of thing. I'm trying to be nice to you right now. So, but no, he's dude. Just to stay awake. like when you're. I would do this thing. I would call it the Molotov cocktail. I get a rock star, and then I would get a. I'd drink the top of it off, and then I'd pour extra strength 5-hour energy in it, and then I would just go. Yep. And then my heart I would get heart palpitations. Like it was terrible, but it would also keep me awake, and it would keep me alive. So I don't know. It was like borderline like alive and dead at the same time, I think.
Yeah, it's like drinking zombie juice.
Yeah, exactly. And then like man.
No, dude, I'm with you, buddy.
The stories I could tell of the shit you do to stay awake as an EMT, especially because I was driving, like, you're dealing with dumbass people who were like, I don't know, and we're in South Central Los Angeles, going code 3, driving through just the most amazing neighborhoods in the world, and you've got guys who are like, you've got lights and sirens going, and you've got guys riding your ass so they can cut through, a couple red lights.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just craziness. But we're not on a James talking about, my name's James. Come on, everyone knows that. What's it called? We're not on an EMT podcast. We're on a Destiny podcast. So, how's your week of Destiny been, buddy?
Oh man, it's been pretty good. I just a few seconds ago, I got the Black Talon drop. I've had some. That
would be your second one, correct?
Black Talon, that would be my second one. Yes,
I've had double Gatsuga Tencho.
Yep. I got the other side, the Rat King Sparrow, to drop.
That thing is really cool. Really cool looking.
It is really cool. I got, what else did I get? Armamentarium. So I had that chess piece on now. So you know what I mean.
Oh, that was my
double spress needs.
That was my D1 go to for a Titan, man. But that was also because I love sticking people. Like I would go Titan and just armamentarium, get my double grenades, and go have a good old time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, been good. Got my light up to 581. Thank you, Iron Banner, and your 580 level drops. That has helped. I'm sure that's helped a lot of people actually get to a higher light level.
I have noticed that. I honestly, I don't remember this in the previous Iron Banners where gear was dropping as high as it was. I feel like gear is dropping a little bit higher. I mean, I've gone. I think one night I went up like 8 levels, 8 levels, just playing Iron Banner, getting powerful engrams, and doing nothing crazy, but just getting powerful engrams. So I feel like it's definitely becoming that D1 feel of you go play Iron Banner and you can grind and you can boost yourself up, because originally you really couldn't do that in D2. It's not set up for it.
Well, a lot of the time you also got to remember, though, last Iron Banner that we had, when it was only 2 bounties that dropped powerful engrams. So they probably were the higher echelon light level.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
That's probably what it is, too, because a lot of people forget, instead of giving us 2, they're giving us, 6 or 7?
Yeah, I want to say that. But that's, perfect. I mean, look, I didn't even think about it, but there you go. I mean, that's a good quality of life improvement that I think a lot of people have noticed. I haven't heard anyone complaining about Iron Man and the fact that getting rolled a lot. I mean, there's some crazy, like I said, it's either you roll or you get rolled. There's no, I think I've had one close game in the entire Iron Man. I haven't had, and by close game, I mean 10, 15 points.
We had everything else game last night.
Yeah, like I said, there was one close game, but how many? We played 5 matches. Everything else was just freaking nonsense. It's just it is definitely it's weird, because especially if it seems like if you play with 2, 3, 4 people, it's almost like you're at a disadvantage, because it seems like you're going against 5 and 6 stacks. And they definitely have an advantage. And then you've obviously got blueberries, and then with blueberries, it is sometimes there's me, Aaron, and Dez were playing, and we had a blueberry who led our team. He had 30 kills, it was amazing, and we just rolled him. And then we had another one where blueberry went 0.2 with I don't know, a million deaths and 1 capture. It just, there's no rhyme or reason to it. But that's destiny. That's the way it works. But it's like I said. So Iron Banner's been definitely fun. There's just so much shit to do. Honestly, there's just so much to do, and I love it. I love the fact that I get on and I can just choose something, and I know that if I choose to do it, I have a chance to get powerful engram, or at least have at least get some legendary items out of it, something. Yeah. That, and with the random exotics, I mean, my luck has been pretty good with exotics, at least weapon wise. I have only got 1 piece of armor, but weapons wise, this week I got Cerberus +1,
which is a fun gun.
It's fun, man. And it's, you don't when you look at it, you're just I was talking to Dez about it, and I was like, so what does it do? Can you please explain? He goes, it's literally 4 guns duct taped together.
It is.
And I go, so you get 4 rounds at 3, I think it's 360 or 330, one of the two, 360, 330. So you get 4 of those guns all shooting at once in slightly off directions, but especially when you're doing boss DPS, if you're shooting at a really large target, you just see numbers appear. It's they're raindrops coming out of the freaking sky. They're just all over the place, man. It's fun. I mean, it's not my favorite gun. It's not my favorite exotic right now, but it's definitely a good. It's a fun gun to just run around and screw around with, no doubt about it. I've caught myself throwing it on, saying, why not?
It's a shotgun. It's a shotgun, and it's like auto rifle style shotgun. Was like, I want to do that, and it was like, okay, let's do that. Is pretty much the way I look at it.
I don't know. I feel like it's a very Titan gun. Like it's a very Titan gun. Like you throw like it on with the chest piece. What's the chest piece that gives you
the Axiom War Rig?
Yeah, War Rig. Yeah, it gives you throw it on a War Rig. I feel like that would be really fun.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's I've gotten that. I've gotten. I have to go over my whole list of stuff I've gotten. I've got a lot of weapons, like I said, and so I'm feeling like the exotics maybe got a little bit of a tweak, or maybe it's just my RNG Jesus has been very kind to me, but yeah, especially because although the wife just hates it, because all of a sudden, like last night, me and you and her were playing, all of a sudden it's just like, oh, I got the Telesto. I mean, it wasn't new, but it was just like, oh, it showed up. She's like, you got an exotic? And then it was like, I don't even want to know if I want to tell you I got an exotic now. No, but it's no, things have been really fun this week, man. Really fun this week.
You also have had another visitor come in.
This is, there's a few people around the community who I've told, just a select few, but everyone, I missed a little bit of time, and that's because a new light has entered the world. I'm happy to say my daughter was born. My daughter was born on the 3rd. We had a little bit of an extended stay in the hospital, so and everything's fine. Nothing, no worries. Everything's good. She's very happy, very healthy. Mommy is good. Everyone's good. So, we're home, happy, healthy. That's all I can ask for. She had 10 fingers, 10 toes, and we're good. And she is. She's definitely got all her mom's good looks, none of her dad's ungood looks. But I am my raid team is complete. Mm-hmm. I've got 3 boys and I've got 1 girl, and I've got my beautiful wife and myself. So I am very blessed, and I just want to say thank you to everyone in the community who has reached out during the pregnancy, during everything else, giving support, especially you, Buster. You've been there. You've been great, man. Like I from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for being so supportive of us. And, like I said, thank you to the community. Thank you, Revolution. You guys have all been great. This is, this is the time where it's like the sleep, I'm sleeping in blocks. It's like I don't even, I'm not even getting to REM sleep. It's like 2.5 hour blocks.
Yeah, so you're not even flipping into REM.
Yeah, I'm not even there yet. So it's not too bad. Eventually, it's probably gonna start wearing me down. Mm-hmm. But for right now, I've got the easy job. I get to, I started back work yesterday, which was nice. I took, because of paternity, I got some paternity time. Was able to go. Take 2 weeks off and take care of the kids, and thank God I was able to do that. Otherwise, it would have been really hectic. But I was able to get back to work yesterday, which was nice. Which is like it's funny when you think when you go back to work and you feel like you get a little vacation. It is because when you got little kids and a baby, it things you're flying by the seat of your pants all the time. So it is. It's definitely been a crazy experience, and again, like I said, I just want to say thank you to everyone, and you guys, we'll get some RNG picture. Maybe I'll throw the old RNG shirt on her, and I'll put the tent on her, and then we'll just have a little that she'll be we'll get a picture out in the Discord.
That'll be the cutest baby picture ever.
Oh, in fact, I'm gonna probably have to do it now that I said it.
We were hard. We like, you told us, and we obviously we knew, and then we were like, we're not going to say anything. That's something for him to announce when he comes back and when he's ready. So we were like, it was so hard. It's like knowing somebody's Christmas present, man. It is difficult. I was like, ooh, I want to say something because of a baby, but We were,
Yep.
like I said, it's everything worked out fine, and I'm thankful. I'm glad everybody's fine with, you know, I'm glad the wife is fine and she's fine. So.
Oh yeah, and that's the other thing is, everyone focuses on the baby, but especially because of the pregnancy, you gotta make sure the wife is okay. She's the driving force in this marriage right now, man. She's a powerhouse right now. She's having to do a lot of work, and it's good that I married a good woman, man. 'Cause she can handle all this stuff way better than I can handle it.
Also, she's really good in PvP.
She is. She is also an extremely good gamer, and
Yeah.
she is. Yeah, that's like I said. I'm very blessed to have an amazing wife like her. But yeah, so things have been. The funny thing is, I'm actually probably gaming more now because we're not really going out. We can't go out and do anything, so now it's a matter of we play in a couple hour blocks and then take care of the baby, make sure that the boys are okay, and it's the boys are being hilarious with her, man. It's like it is my 2-year-old. That's all baby. Everything is baby, 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 baby.
Oh.
Like he thinks it's the greatest thing in the world. And the problem is he's such a big kid. Like he's so big that he can literally pick the baby up and carry the baby around. He's big. So we have to be really careful with that because he will want to pick the baby up and do something. So out of the rocker, like we have to really down. And then my other son, my 4-year-old, he's Mr. Helper. Like he wants to he wants to do everything to help my wife, which is obviously a big help for my wife. But you gotta be careful with him too. Because he likes to take some liberties with certain things, and all of a sudden, it's funny, man. It's all of a sudden instead of one blanket, she'll have like 6 blankets on her.
Yeah, and it's you're like, what the hell? What happened? Yeah,
there's a mountain. Yeah, there's a mountain. All of a sudden, a mountain of blankets starts showing up. But like I said, I don't know what I did to deserve this. If you would have told me back when I was graduating high school that by the time you hit 31, you are going to have 4 children, be married, be in your house and everything like that, I would have called you a bold-faced liar and probably challenged you to a fight. Like there would have been issues. But, and it's not because I didn't want it, it's because I didn't think it could happen. And it's just excuse me for 1 second. Still getting over a cough. Hold on.
So yes, Double G's week has been very, very fruitful, to say the least. Also, when he comes back,
I'm back.
There he is. What else happened there, Double G? Maybe in a game called Gambit.
Oh, so we were graced by the presence of Mr. Blisterlister last night, and he brought his RNG luck upon us, and we were able to get that floating butthole in the sky to show up in Gambit, and we were able to take him down, which it was a close match. It was a really close match, all the way until the end. All of a sudden, he showed up, and it's like all of a sudden, Buster goes, "Do you guys need this?" And we're like, I'm like, what is he talking about? Is he like, did he find a ghost? Did he find some lore or something? All of a sudden I look out and I see this giant tentacle butthole monster floating out in the middle. I'm like, oh my God. He's finally, and we've played a lot of matches of Gambit, and he finally goddamn showed up. We were able to burn him down at the last second. It was so good. So this is a good story of this. So our blueberry that was with us, okay, homeboy didn't know how to deposit motes before going into said transporting into the warp and going to invade. And then he also had an issue where he just really wasn't playing that great. There was many issues, but So there was definitely some tension and some choice words were said towards said Blueberry. But after the match, so we're all riding high, man. We got that thing. We're all riding high, and all of a sudden, I get a notification on PlayStation. You have been added to whatever a group, and someone sent me a message. Well, being the cynic I am, I'm expecting some terrible message from a guy I was, there might have been a few arrows going in this guy's face during loading screens. Not gonna lie, because he was driving me insane. I mean, just terrible place, folks. There's no excuses. But he actually, I'm gonna really read what he said to me. He says, "GG guys, great teamwork. Congratulations on Maleficent's quest." And that was, and this is, I'm gonna give him his gamer tags. Felme _ bro. You restored some of my faith in this community, because, like I said, 9 times out of 10, and I'm gonna be this is a very 100% truthful. I've got witnesses. I've gotten a picture. A guy sent me a picture of his mooning me of his ass on PS Messenger. I shit you not. And off of because of just I mean, it's just crazy. So I'm expecting that. I'm expecting bullshit like that.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it. So, good on that guy. Good on that guy. It was awesome to get that. I've been waiting for it for a while because, I hate having bad RNG. Everyone hates having bad RNG. But we had played probably 100 damn matches and hadn't gotten anything.
I think the best line was when Aaron was like, "Why is he's so fucking calm when that thing spawned?" I'm like, "It already spawned for me." So it's like, for me it was nothing. Like I literally looked at it and was like, "You guys need that?" And you guys were like, and you were like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And I was like, "Oh, the servitor spawn." You were like, "Get off!" You got super hype, and then when you got super hype, I'm like, "Oh, they need it."
Dude, the hype level went from 2 to 11 to went to freaking. It got turned up to 11 quick because that became super important to me. I love getting that kind of crap.
But Doug,
we've been waiting for that shit.
Let me ask you the question: How effective is my technique for burning the primeval down?
It was extremely effective. We took down
seconds. Yeah,
he had at least a third of his health left, and it disappeared in 1 second. It was a very solid technique. We were able to burn that motherfucker down quick. Mm-hmm. But But okay, look, that's how much Destiny 2 has improved for me, because Destiny 2 in the beginning, we didn't have that kind of shit. Mm-mm. I'm sorry, we didn't. We don't have anything. I can't. I can remember, if I really think about it, I can remember certain moments, but they're very minimal. They're nothing. They're not nothing compared to that kind of stuff. This is such a great little addition. As long as it spawns on honestly, it took me a few weeks, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. I've said this many times on cast. I'm okay with having to wait to get something for RNG, as long as it's within reason. As long as I'm not waiting 6 months for something to show up. You know what I mean? If it's within reason, and if I'm grinding it and I get it, great.
Yeah.
That's a memorable moment. I will remember that moment in D2. They're creating memorable moments that are enjoyable and meaningful. Mm-hmm. Meaningful, because this is actually getting an exotic, which apparently is going to be getting a buff. So for me, that's great. That is great, and this is just another tip to the cap to the crew at Bungie. Good job on putting stuff like this in, because this is definitely making my experience more. There's more. It's filling it up. You know what I mean? It's a wider. It's a more meaningful experience. Yeah, exactly. I'm not just one line going along this path, and I've only got they're filling it out. Like I've said a million times, the house got built. Now the rooms are getting filled in. Now I'm putting in my man cave. Now I'm putting in my, I'm getting all the stuff in.
Yeah.
Now, so this game is, I feel is improving greatly. Festival of the Lost, total success in my eyes.
Oh yeah.
Far. Total success. I haven't heard really any complaints about it. I mean, I'm sure if I were to, you could, if you want to find shit, you can find shit, obviously, but I haven't heard really any complaints about it. I mean, it's not grindy as hell, because as proved last night, we were cruising through the old haunted forest. There's chests if you really want to grind it and grind it and get it done quickly. Like you can, get it done quickly.
Fuck, Des has the horror story already.
Yeah, lucky son of a bitch. Freaking grind it. No, it's not. He put in the work, man.
He put in the work.
That man's putting in the work. No doubt about it. We know that. Like I said, I think this has been a really, honestly, you put that music, that tower music on, and I'm good already. Like it's already a success for me. But I think this has been a very good little Festival of the Lost. I'm glad they didn't rush it out like last year, where they didn't have anything. I'm glad they didn't try to just, because damn well it wouldn't have been good last year. Wouldn't have been good. It wouldn't have been fun. This year, I give it 5 stars for sure, man. This has definitely been fun. And just the amount of content, man. We've never had this much stuff to do in Destiny, period. I'm going to go out there and say that. Yeah. As far as Destiny, period, D1 or D2, we have never had a period like this where we have so much to do. We went over it last week. You've got Iron Banner, Ascendant Challenge, Raid. I mean, the list goes on. You've got so much stuff to do and the thing is, it all grants good gear.
The Shattered Throne. Exactly,
Stu. You've got all this stuff that grants good, powerful gear that will help you light level, and it rewards your amount of time investment. That's all I've ever asked for in this game. Reward my time investment. If I'm like Dez and I'm fucking grinding the hell out of this thing and kicking ass and taking names, I want my American Horror Story, I'm gonna get it. And it's proof right there. He grinded his ass off and he got it. You can go at my pace where we're gonna get it probably in the next day or two. We're gonna get it the next day. So I mean, honestly, I think this is a very good sweet spot for them. I mean, look, if you're only playing an hour or two a week, yeah, it's probably not going to be fun for you. I'm not going to lie. It's probably not going to be fun for you. But do you really think that like this game honestly is for you if you can only play an hour or two a week?
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
It is. It's just you got to understand that you're not going to have the gear that other people have. I mean, it's just something you have to look. You're going to have to understand. Like, I'm not going to be 600 light. I'm not going to, you're going to see guys that are like 5'6", 590, 580, and you might only be, I don't know.
You may end up only being 550 by the end of everything before another light level thing. But it's fair. That's all we ever had, is for it to be fair. If you put your time in it, and guess what? You can still go into Crucible and play quick play or play comp, and you're not going to, light level is not enabled, and you can still play and enjoy yourself.
There's something for everyone.
You can still go into strikes and still go in to play strikes. You can still go in and patrol. You can still go in and do a lot of things that that are still make the game fun for your time. So I don't know. I think that this is I know I'm probably gonna get the reputation of being a Bungie apologist, but I mean honestly, what else do you want? What else? Well, tell me something that you want that's not nitpicky. All right, because guess what? They're a major studio. like they're not going to get everything like down to the last. They can't be perfect down to the last detail. No one is. I know everyone's talking about how much detail is going into the next Red Dead game, like how like the horse's balls will like shrink when it's cold and stuff like that. But it's like, come on, like okay, you want the when it gets cold, the hive to like have a little shrinkage going on. Like what do you want? It's you got to choose your battles. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Don't ask for things that are unreasonable.
I mean, if you want to talk detail, go into the Dreaming City and look up.
Exactly. Dude, the Dreaming City is... I didn't think I'd think something was more cool looking than Dreadnought. Now, as far as cool looking, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm walking into goddamn, like, Lord of the Rings meets Final Fantasy meets, like, Valerian. You know what I mean? Like it is bitching. Like looking, it is, and and the fact that it changes every week. Like that is so. Even like the little particles that show up inside when you're looking around. I mean, it is by. I mean, I hate to go out and say this, but I think it's probably some of their best content for as far as a world that you can find right now, man. I mean, I don't know too much. I mean, Dreadnought has always been my favorite, but I feel like there's almost more to do. Like there's more. Like Dreadnought got stale after a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like it did, and this is with the Ascendant challenges, Shattered Throne, Blind Well, all the patrols, I mean, everything going on. There's a lot going on in the Dreaming City, man. There's a lot, and it's by the time I get bored of it, there's already going to be a new expansion out.
Well, at least the Black Armory.
Exactly, that's what I mean. The Black Armory will be out, and there'll be something new for me to do. And then guess what? Because that's what's going to happen. You can see their plan. Their plan is to keep you busy, keep you happy until the next expansion. And then it's going to be they don't want the lulls. I've said that before. They don't want the lulls because the lulls are what kill this community. Because when people don't have something to do, what do? They type on their damn computers and complain. You know what I mean? That's really what it comes down to. When you don't have anything to do, idle hands. Whatever. It breeds it breeds bad stuff and negative stuff that isn't needed. So there's my tangent. Hold on to your cough. Hold on.
I mean, I love it that there's people when there is a brief lull, it's automatically Destiny's dead, Destiny's dead, Destiny's dead, Destiny's dead, and then all of a sudden it comes back and they're like, Destiny's never been as good as it is right now. This is the golden age of Destiny, and it's like, cool, man. And then Des messages me. It's like, yeah, it's cool. Come on in. I never leave when there's lulls because to me there isn't.
Well, I'm the same way. I've only, like I said, I've said last week, the only time I ever left was after House of Wolves, when it was the worst. That's the worst lull in the history of this game. It was, that summer was, the summer before Taking King was unbearable. Like, there was nothing.
Sure.
And Crucible was broken because it was nothing but shotgunning, and it was the shot package shotgunning. It was Thorn. It was Last Word, and pretty much that's it. Like, there was nothing else. So it was bad. That was really bad, and that was really painful. But other than that, like I've been there through everything with Destiny because that's the kind of guy I am with the game. I'm like I said, I play one or two games and that's it. I really don't play that many games because I play what I enjoy. I find something I enjoy and I stick with it. I don't know. I guess I'm crazy.
No. I've never had a game hold my attention as long as Destiny has.
That's the only other game I can say that's held my attention that for this long of time is Halo. That's it. Halo. Okay. Halo, me being that was my entrance into first-person shooters. I was playing the original Halo Combat Evolved, And after that, really nothing else held my attention. I went through a long time when I followed games and I talked about games, and I'd play Halo occasionally with my friends, but I'd play. We went through a Call of Duty phase, kind of like everyone does, but it's nothing really has stuck. Like I said, I honestly, I can honestly say that I have that Destiny and Halo are pretty much even for me, and I've got a Halo tattoo on my body.
Yep.
So I mean, that's how strongly I feel about this game.
Yeah.
So that's why I said, for right now, this is. I mean, I don't. I feel like everyone's in a good spot. I mean, everyone. I'm sure, like I said, you go on Reddit, you can find people complaining, but I don't know what you're. I think you're just complaining about nothing.
Reddit? No.
You're just complaining to complain. Because, I mean, that's going to get you clickbait, and that's going to get you people to follow you. That's going to get people to, oh, I'm not going to go down this evil path. Not going down this evil path. All right. No. So, yeah. That's our brief little, not brief at all, actually, but that's our little talk about the current state of Destiny and how things are.
Yeah, it's really, really, I mean, I'm actually excited for the faction rallies to come back. Like I'm whenever that happens, whenever Bungie deems fit to bring it back. But I just, this shows me that they are prepared and ready to give us fun, entertaining, and rewarding events.
Oh yeah, they're ready to reward. I think they're hitting their stride. They're hitting their stride with this game right now, and I think if you have a problem with that, please at me. And that's the other thing. Honestly, if you guys, this is I never say this, but if you ever want to talk about anything Destiny related, community related, anything like that, feel free to message me. And this isn't me being snarky at all, because I love having conversations. You listen to it. I can talk Destiny forever, but please. Revolution, people who knew this, at me. I'm get at me on Twitter, get at me in the Discord, get at me, please. Because if I'm wrong on something, call me out. Let me know, please. Explain to me your point of view. Be polite, be respectful, and I will give you the same respect. And we will have because good conversation only breeds good things. I'm a firm believer in that. You have good conversation about things, it's going to breed good things. So, if anyone ever disagrees with anything, feel free to talk to me about it. I will not jump down your throat or ignore you. I promise. Well, let's see. So, like we've said, Festival of Loss is going on. We've got Iron Banner going on. You want to talk a little? I mean, TWAB. TWAB is kind of like, I'm looking over it, and it's not really. I mean, we've kind of talked about a lot. There's a lot of pictures. There's a lot of just talking about festival loss awards and stuff like that. That's all stuff that we've really kind of gone over. Yeah. I mean, I will talk about this. I will say that the bugs fixed and found. I will go over this because I do think these are good to get out there. So, with the development of Update 2.0.4 this week, several of the known issue Destiny player support were fixed. Below are some of the highlights, and it says right here. So, fixed an issue where Gambit clan engrams were not functioning properly. Fixed an issue where powerful gear could sometimes drop at the same power level as the character or below. Fixed an issue where bounties could expire in the player's postmaster and cause weasel errors. Fixed an issue where some of the players were unable to access the strike playlist. Fixed an issue where prime engrams were going straight to the postmaster at the end of Crucible matches. They will now show alongside end of match rewards.
That's a nice little change.
Oh yeah. And like here's let's see. These are continuing issues that are going on that they're they're looking at. It says, this is one I've seen before. I actually saw this I think in Dad's Discords they were talking about this. There was a couple, but there's, this is definitely one, is opaque scopes while aiming down sights. Apparently on Suros.
Suros regime does it.
Suros and Polaris lands.
Oh! So there he is. What's up, good buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
Good morning, sir.
So, Alpha says, we are investigating a fix for an issue that is causing some scopes to display an opaque when aiming down sights. We are aware of this impacting Suros regime, the auto rifle, and some other weapons that have Polaris lance. So we're looking at they're looking at that. The only other thing I see is incorrect. This was a cool one. Now this is kind of cool. I don't know. This is incorrect loading scene on Titan. We are investigating an issue in which players loading into heroic adventures on Titan may incorrectly see a loading scene for the Dreadnought. How fucking cool is that? I would have loved that. Let me get that error. This loading scene is left over and is not part of future content.
That seems to me like a little cover up, my friend.
Yeah.
Why is it a leftover? Why is it even in Destiny 2 then? If it's a leftover, you know what I mean?
I 100% agree.
I don't get it. Why are they? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Why is the Dreadnought even in Destiny 2's? It doesn't. You see, I'm getting all conspiracy theory. Getting my spinfoil hat on.
Spinfoil, let's go. Come on, man. You know something's going to happen with the Dreadnought. They don't want to throw that away. That's a whole nother thing. But they just finish it off. They have their Edge transit montages, which are just awesome. Oh man, there's some pretty good. Honestly, if you guys are in our Discord, I'm Mr. Edge transit memes for a long time, because there's been issues where I've gotten 7 Edge transits in one night. I'm not exaggerating. I've got people who will back this story up. Where it gets comical, and like it says, so let's see. So it does the Edge transits, and it says, this is his final note. I always like reading these. It says, it's a crowded week with a lot of avenues for both increasing your power and having a good time with funny mess. Make sure you check out the DCP podcast later today. Our very own DMG will be their guest. This is your opportunity to get to know one of our community managers a little better. Maybe I'll throw something at him during the show. You never know. Love, Cosmo. So it was a brief TWAB. I mean, honestly, glancing over it, I don't see anything that was super groundbreaking that we need to super discuss. So but Daz, my brother, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Are you well rested?
I made poor life decisions last night.
Yeah, we saw that. You were helping some clanmates, weren't you? Or helping somebody through the haunted forest or something.
Oh no, yeah, that was my raid group.
Okay.
We were doing some haunted forest, which we got to level 7 actually. So nice. I got that triumph. Yay. But yeah, we were waiting for the raid group to get on and form up.
Oh, okay. So how wee into the night / morning did you play?
4 a.m.
Oh,
Jesus
brother.
Christ.
Oh,
even though
my God.
The raid actually fell through because one of our members fell asleep and we couldn't pick up a replacement.
That is hilarious. So he just, oh man.
So what I ended up doing until 4 a.m. is pretty much all of Shattered Throne.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
so
very nice.
I'm done with Shattered Throne now.
That is sick.
I went through it. I've got Wish Ender, and I even went back through and got all the eggs and bones and crap.
That's cool.
I'm done with Shattered Throne, man.
That's cool, man. I gotta get into. That's one thing I haven't really touched, just because I've heard you need to be pretty decent light level to get kind of through it. so I haven't really
that helps
pushed too hard onto it.
But it's a rough little encounter. I gotta say, it's a rough little
Good.
thing.
I like rough encounters. That's fine.
All I'll say, really, is the fact that when people say it's a 3-man raid, yeah, it's a 3-man raid, man. It's ridiculous. Like, there are so many mechanics and like layers to things. It is absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, now here's, as someone who's hopped into, sorry, Buzzer,
No, go ahead,
as someone who's played Shattered and someone who's played, stages of the raid, what do you think is more difficult?
Honestly, I still think the raid is probably more challenging
because you have more people to kind of get together,
that too. But yeah, I mean, the dungeon, Shattered Throne is a dungeon. I mean, it's just like, it's definitely the most complicated, like, any 3-man activity we've ever had, just because of its mechanics. But its mechanics also aren't as like, well, what do we do as the raid? It can be like fairly, you can like blindly feel your way through.
Like the mechanics are out in front of you, like they're okay. That's but have we had anything like that in Destiny yet?
No. We've never had anything like Shattered Throne for 3-man teams before. No.
Remember the outcry of like people talking about, well, I want more of like a dungeon aspect to it, like give me that kind of stuff, and it's like, okay, well, here you go.
Exactly.
You go. It's like
there's nothing to do.
It's like, are you not entertained? Like, honestly, like what do you like? I want to hear honestly. If you have a complaint about Destiny right now, other than like little nitpick stuff, like little like gun balancing stuff like that, where, to be honest with you, if you complain about Sleeper right now, like, just really, you're complaining about the gun? It's just it's a good gun. It's a good. It's a good gun to use. Like, just like in Crucible, for a long time we had Thorn and Last Word, just like we had remember Gallahorn in D1, folks. Remember, you couldn't get into a raid group unless you had Gallahorn for certain things. Like, just remember these. Remember that this is a game based on certain the meta will be found and the good weapons will be found, and people will want to use them. Just because it's a good weapon doesn't mean it's broken. So I don't know. I like I said, we were talking before you hopped on. Like, I don't know what there is to complain about right now.
There's definitely, like you said, nitpicky stuff to really complain about. But I mean, overall, this is
like big things. Like, is there anything big in this game there's something wrong big in this game?
Like the Trinity Ghoul hit registration in PvP is kind of wonky, but that's just like a nitpicky thing, you know what I mean?
It's a little thing, but that's like a little like small thing which they can fix because of the system they implemented in D2. Because remember, folks, in D1, if there was an issue with a weapon, all the weapons in that class got fucked. All of them.
Yeah, I think also, like, one important thing, I think it was a Forbes article made mention that we're like 6 weeks into Forsaken. We've had like 2.0.4 update just came out. There's another like relatively like kind of small but kind of hefty like patch coming the 30th, and we've had like at least bug fixes every single week practically since Forsaken has launched. So I mean, they are picking up and fixing things very, very quickly. Because
faster than I thought. Way faster than I thought they could.
Yeah, because Sleeper is dominant, but it's not having like the glory that even Suros Regime had.
Or freaking Vex Mythoclast.
I mean, well, yeah, because Vex was even like relatively quick for D1 days, and I think that was still 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
To a
like
month.
It's, and what are you gonna do? To be honest with you, with Sleeper, I don't think. I think it's fine. Like, it should be, like, if you hit someone with that thing, they should die. Like, that's just my own personal opinion. Like, if it becomes only a headshot, one-shot kill, I think no one's going to use it. No one's going to fucking use that gun. Why use it?
Well, that and it doesn't have, like, I did notice the aim assist drop that they gave it.
Oh, that is definitely noticeable. Because you used to be able to, from across the map, be able to just, you're dead. You're dead.
fairly consistently.
Like,
which,
it wasn't even like just you get it within a 10-foot circle and you were killing that person.
But yeah, because I came across an invader and I think I was in like on the map with the drill. I forget. Legion's Folly.
Yeah.
I think I was about in mid and the invader was at drill and I went to take a shot and like was strafing and kind of sweeping my aim, a la what you normally do when you fire Sleeper, and it just missed. And it's like, huh, that hadn't happened before.
That's interesting.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that I noticed the same thing. We probably were playing together when I was using it. I'm going, damn. I thought because I put like, relatively close to him and I was missing shots and I was going, damn it. Okay. It takes a little more. You gotta have a little more skill with it. You can't just you're dead. Like just aim it and they're dead. Everyone's dead. So that's fine. But that's a good change. They didn't nerf it into the ground.
Yeah. And it was one thing, and actually, and hilariously, as they nerfed the Sleeper aim assist, they actually buffed all the other linear fusion rifle aim assist.
Yeah. I thought so. I got a Crooked Fang and it felt really sticky. I'm like, wow, Did I get good? No, I didn't get good. I'm
going to have to try Tarantula out now.
Which, let me tell you what's like absolutely dumb now. Queensbreaker is absolutely dumb.
Oh, is it? I haven't used it. I haven't used it since we started playing this week.
Yeah, dude, I'm like aiming for people's crotches and getting headshot kills, and it's like,
my interest is peaked right now.
It is so easy to get a headshot on Queensbreaker. It's a little ridiculous.
Okay, well, I'm gonna mentally note that, and tonight when I hop on, I'm going to give that a try.
Yeah, so, it's dumb.
So, Des, I have a question for you because I know what you have. And one, congratulations, sir. Your grind has been immense and incredible.
We're proud of you, brother.
Yeah, I am awestruck by the amount of grind you put in. How is the American horror story?
Oh, yeah. I went after that hardcore. I went after that super hardcore. In fact, like instead of playing Banner after work, I would actually just grind out the forest. Hilariously though, it is an amazing gun. It's great, but as the pun is, it is literally origin story.
Really?
That's what I kind of figured. That's what I figured.
Yeah, stat wise, it's origin story. All the perks that are curated on this thing, except for Zen Moment, are all possible from Origin Story. It is literally Origin Story. It feels a little smoother to me, but maybe I didn't use Origin Story that much.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still a solid gun.
As someone who's used Origin, I used Origin Story quite a bit. So when I get it, I'll give you a review.
Yeah, same.
I'll give you a review. Well, guys, this week, we. As some may or may not know, we joined Des and Sir Buster have joined foes. Our Fangs of the East Star have joined our mine and Aaron's clan. It's been really fun. I feel like we've met some really cool people in there, and it seems like you guys are finding people to play with a lot. Am I correct?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, which is, hey, the game's meant to be played with people.
Right.
So, I feel like that's, so we, as our, I try to be respectful to, as far as our Discord and clan. So we didn't just go popping off that we do a Destiny podcast, and we're trying to just promote everything, shamelessly promote everything. So I asked permission from some of our fearless leaders in the clan, and they gave us permission to promote the podcast, which I think is really awesome of them. And I speak for myself. I'm sure you guys feel the same way. We really appreciate it. I just wanted to throw them a little shout out right now. Say thank you for that. And the other thing is, we also wanted to get some topics and questions from the community, from hopefully a growing community.
Yeah.
And we got a good response this week. I mean, obviously, yours truly always has some questions, always has some topics. But I'm going to start this one. This one was from someone in our community. It's from Brendan. Brent, I don't know your gamer tag. I'm sorry. I feel terrible.
Right.
But I'm gonna
sent you in the Discord.
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. So he goes, "Hey, I saw your podcast thing, and I actually wanted to ask about underappreciated perks. I'm really trying to make some PvP and PvE builds right now, and I'd love to hear about that. Like Dynamo and Distribution are very popular leg armor perks, but many people swear by Traction. Most people look for things like Outlaw, Kill Clip, Rampage, but those aren't the only good options. What do you guys think about those?" Des, you can lead us off here because you have the most experience with this kind of stuff.
Yeah. God. Well, I mean, also at the same time, and also like a lot of this is like situational and dependent, of course, because random rolls, and even though a lot of guns like tend to share perk pools, not all of them do. So for me, like I said, it's situational on like independent weapons and stuff. Like there's certain weapons where you actually can't get both Kill Clip and Outlaw because they occupy the same socket. So for some weapons, like the God roll isn't actually available. Yeah. You have to deal with either or. So
quick side note. Saladin is selling that goddamn Claws of the Wolf, and it comes with
Kill Clip
Outlaw, and what was the other one? Oh, and high caliber rounds and small bore. Folks, go grab that goddamn gun because it is fun as hell. Just side note. Des, continue.
Oh, no problems. As far as like armor perks, because that's like an entire thing. Like I'm still kind of figuring out, because I know, of course, like I said, there's the ones that are guests are the popular, which I don't know what those are. But yeah, Traction is actually a pretty strong armor perk. Because I mean, if you're into mobility, you can get free mobility for nothing, and that tighter turn radius is like legit. Like holy crap, it's noticeable. God, I mean, underutilized armor perks. I mean,
this is a difficult one because we're all creatures of habit, and we tend to, we're told what is a good roll, and we end up looking primarily for that roll. And I'll be the first to say I look for those kind of rolls on my armor. And if it's not that, a lot of times I'll just shard it and I'll get rid of it. And it's kind of, probably feeding into the problem. It's probably not the greatest thing in the world, but the good thing is that with all the activities that are out right now, they're creating niches for these said perks. Like you said, situational you can build an armor set like in D1. When you're going to go out and you're like, I want to go do this today. I want to go have this play style today. You can build an armor set now, collect an armor set for that play style. Mm-hmm. Whereas before, you really couldn't. You really couldn't. You got kind of pigeonholed into a certain play style with a lot of the armor that you had. And because the mods themselves weren't really, there was not very many options. Let's just put it that way. Let's see. I'm literally looking at my armor right now to see what I have that I maybe have looked over and missed.
I personally am a fan of Dynamo.
Hey, Dynamo's like really good.
Yeah.
So that's using your class ability, like
gives you
super. Yeah.
I mean, that's just my playstyle though. I'm always dropping that barricade.
100%. The rift, dropping a rift, I do that. I 100% agree with that. Having Dynamo is definitely nice.
Yeah, it's like super strong. Let's see if I can actually, because each armor piece has like different things that it can drop with. Like helmets have weapon targeting perks, which help your aim assist and ADS speed, I believe. Then of course it comes with the increased super stuff, like pump action, shotgun kills give you more super, ashes to assets, grenade kills give you more supers. I usually like those over everything. I like things that do give me like super for using things that I already use. And in PvP, that can be very, very strong. Because also, unlike D1, all these things actually work in PvP as well.
Yeah, exactly. And then it gives good synergy to your armor. You can create some really good synergy to your armor, like you said, depending on your playstyle. Like, Ashes to Assets is great. Absolutely great. Love that stuff for that.
There's also enhanced version of both Ashes to Assets and Heavy Lifting. So those two can actually give you even more super energy. But those are found on like in-game stuff, like the Reverie. There we go. The Reverie armor set, exotics, and I believe the Great Hunt set from the raid can all drop enhanced versions of certain things. Let's see, legs are a lot of like weapon dexterity. Okay, no, helmets. That's right. Like the second perk for them is like non-primary reserves, which are the ones that allow you to carry more ammo in reserve. Legs have weapon dexterity. That's also like your traction. Your I personally also like perpetuation, which
yep, good, very good.
It's using your class ability gives you more class ability energy.
Oh,
yeah, it just feeds into itself.
I could have just broke that word down to its base root and be like, oh, it probably means just doing what you're doing gives you more doing it, like grenades.
I like actually for like my warlock bonds, I like using insulation. And the reason being is because you don't think about this, but remember, we have two different types of orbs, correct? In D2, we have small orbs, and we have like the little ones you get from your weapons, getting double kills and stuff like that. And you also have large orbs that you get from generating super, correct? Am I correct in saying that?
There are two sizes, yes. There's large and small.
But regardless, it doesn't. So there's a lot. I feel like there's a lot of orbs just kind of lying around a lot of the time. So it's a nice little perk to have, especially for me. Like I use a masterwork bow, so I'm creating like little tiny masterwork orbs all the time. So having that is just a nice little. It feeds into your play style. I mean, I guess I guess what we're trying to say is that it really just feeds. It depends on what your play style is.
Yeah.
What your play style is, what you enjoy playing. It's like art. It's all perspective. It's all the way you want to play. But the thing about that though, that's compared to other times in this game where there was literally, if you didn't have a certain god roll on thing, now that we're talking about it, now I'm thinking about it, you've got a lot of viable options you can use to put on your armor, do on your I know we're not talking about weapons, but for weapons, there's a lot of viable play styles now. And I think this is, like I said, just continues. Like I said, I'm getting my check from Bungie in the mail pretty soon, but I feel like Bungie has put this in a really good spot, man. And like I said, I haven't even thought about that. So Brendan, thank you for the question. I hope we answered it as good as we possibly can.
Also, don't sleep on field prep entirely. It's like, it does suck, but at the same time, it actually does give your weapon more reserves, so it can hold more ammo.
I had the shotgun, the Outlander, I believe it was, that had field prep and slide shot. So I'm just sliding around, and when you come up from a slide, you're on your knees, so you load faster, and it's pretty. I mean, it's not my favorite shotgun of all time, but it's Petey. He's crying now.
He wants. Yeah, I was gonna say he wants something. What's going on?
He wants my girlfriend. She's up. He hears her out there.
Oh, he hears mommy.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of mommy and kids, Des, we did announce that my little light was born. So we had a nice little talk about that. But here's a question from Nate Fu. So it goes: if you could name your kid after a video game character, what would it be and why? I am going to say this right off the bat. One of my sons, his name is Hunter. And people laugh at that all the time because we play Destiny all the time. And it's always like, Hunter, what are you doing? And it's like, did you name your kid after? No, it's like, no, damn it. It's a popular name. But I'm just saying, that's the first thing that came to mind. As far as naming my, I don't know, man. There's some pretty whacked out names. Could you imagine all of a sudden you're in the supermarket, you're walking by, you're like, all of a sudden you hear someone walking, it's like, Zavala, get over here.
Zavala and Ikora, I think, would actually make pretty interesting names.
Ikora is kind of a beautiful name, to be honest with you. I could totally see someone naming. I didn't name my daughter Ikora, so don't get it twisted. Even though I am a warlock, and that would not have been it was a missed opportunity. Now that I think about it, I don't know about if the wife has a hunter name, probably wouldn't have enjoyed that. But for me, if I don't know if I'd want to name it. Because what happens if the video game or that character turns bad or something happens? Like all of a sudden you're like, you've got bad taste in your mouth from you know what I mean? I don't know. But you guys got anything?
I'll go for Master Chief.
Oh, that'd be cool. Master Chief, get over here.
I know, right?
Master Chief, clean up your room.
Actually, on a serious note, I don't personally think, because I have had I have had good connections with video game characters.
There's not one that's strong enough that you would name your child after it.
I mean, there might Celeste from Final Fantasy VI.
I was just gonna say Final Fantasy. I was like, I bet you would name it. And that's exactly what I thought when I thought of you, because you have a connection with that game.
Oh yeah, like deep rooted. But also at the same time, I also feel like if I named a girl Celeste, like she'd probably grow up to be a stripper.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
now coming to the stage, Celeste.
Welcome to the stage, Celeste. Girls.
Yeah.
Buster, you sound like you have had experience with this. Wait a minute. I have no. In case my wife decides to listen, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring to the stage, coming from all the way from the land down under, Ingrid. Girls. Everybody has a strip club DJ voice. Come on.
Oh yeah, come on. That is
roommates with a strip club DJ. So yeah.
Shut the fuck up! Really?
That's a great job.
I don't think it is.
That's a great job. If you've got the stones for it, that's a great job.
I mean, yeah, it's actually a job that legitimately pretty much requires you. It's like radio essentially, because you have to be able to talk
all the time.
Like 90% of the time. Yeah, well, you have to talk like 90% of the time while there's nothing going on. And then you have to be prepared to be able to talk possibly for long stretches of time, just like at the drop of a hat. So, yeah.
The more you know, folks. The more you know.
I have three that I would name a child, and one that's not really a video game. It's just kind of a weird one. Sephiroth. I think it's just.
I was gonna say that. Holy shit! You guys are reading my mind right now. Damn.
Cloud is another one. Obviously, from all of them are from Final Fantasy. For a girl, Kasala.
Interesting.
It's from Rogue Galaxy. It's one of the female main characters.
Okay.
And we made the joke. The missus and I, we were like, we're gonna name our. We were like, what if we had kids? What would we name it? And we're like, we should name the baby, if we ever had a baby, Gotham. Because then she could wake me up and go, Gotham needs you, and I'll go.
Oh my!
The back signal's up.
Oh my god! And with that, folks, we are going to move on to the next topic, because that is just that is
the best
great.
answer.
That is, Gotham wins. Okay, Gotham. Okay.
I guess it does work because it isn't a video game.
Okay. Yeah. This question is personal to me because it's from my brother. My brother, who started listening to the cast, and so this is from him. Your most is by the way, his gamer tag Subject Lionheart. Your most anticipated game you want to play when you're not playing D2 for the so for like the upcoming games coming up is I'm going to guess this right now. It rhymes with small out Smebony Smicks for Buster.
Yeah, you'd be right.
Yeah, pretty much the same for me.
Yeah, you would be correct, sir.
Honestly, I mean, guys, like I said earlier, I'm like a one game me. Okay, one that perked my interest was Borderlands 2 in VR. Like, because I've really contemplated getting VR and trying it out. Borderlands 2 in VR sounds like it would be a blast. I don't know. That when I saw that was going to be coming out, I think so. I'll go with that.
Borderlands 2 is a blast. So
Borderlands 2 is amazing. That's one of my. It's in my top 10 as far as favorite games.
I mean, it's definitely a good time sink if because that's what I was playing. Des as well. I think we had that playthrough that we were playing with brother Eli and
Rathos.
And Rathos, yeah. I mean, that was a fun little playthrough. And then Destiny 2 was like, oh, you guys are cute. You think you're going to play other games? Nah, we're your main right now. We're your main girl. Come on home.
Yeah, it was like one of those things it's the meme where you're walking with Borderlands 2, and then all of a sudden Destiny 2 walk by and you're looking back.
I actually have a version of that meme that is so me. It's sad. It's that meme, and it's me, my heart, and then the girl. The look back is it says unhealthy amount of pre-workout.
Yep, because as we established this very early that Buster his new blood type is pre-workout.
Yeah, if a vampire drank my blood, it would just have like the best time ever. And there's Pete playing with his the loudest toy. Know the man.
All right, well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate the question.
Yeah.
Appreciate the question.
Thanks to a sale, I've also been able to actually pick up one of my favorite games, Beyond Destiny, because Tekken 7 is actually on sale right now.
Is it?
So, yes.
Nice.
So definitely, if you're a fan of the franchise, definitely check that out. Because I completely didn't realize or forgot that my man Lee Chalon is actually in that game. So it makes me sad that I didn't have it sooner. But
Tekken. I played Tekken on PS2. On PS2, I want to say PS2. And like I said, I was using like Yoshimitsu and stuff like that, and like stuff like. But I haven't really played too much of it recently. All right, so let's go. This is from yours truly. This is just me posting pictures that have questions that I see on Facebook. So whatever, screw it. All right, so here's the thing. So it's a picture, and it's got 6 options. You got to choose one item that you can have in real life, and I'm gonna say that these items have no drawbacks. Like there's no this is no Ahamkara wish drawback. Like all of a sudden you're gonna. Okay, I'll give an example out of one of these. So the options are a real Digivice, a real Pokeball with a Pokemon in it. Well, I'll just say with your Pokemon of choice in it. Ben 10 Omnitrix, fully upgraded. I'm going to say that. Dragon Balls, just Dragon Balls. Wolverine's Claws. I'm going to say you have Wolverine's Healing Factor, because if you didn't have Wolverine's Healing Factor and you had his claws, your life would be fucking miserable.
Yeah. It'd be basically you're committing suicide because your hands would constantly be bleeding.
Yeah, and then the last one is web shooters, and like me and Buster talked about last night with this, you have the upper body shoulder strength to be able to swing it around, because if you didn't, you would just dislocate your shoulder and crash into a wall probably. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna give those caveats to all of those. So what are you guys choosing?
Go ahead, Des. I'll let you go first, buddy. Tough one, I know.
It is. Because I'm overpowered enough to think of some real good choices here. Because legitimately, out of these options, the least feasible for me are Wolverine's Claws and web shooters. Because being a comic book fan, I don't want Wolverine's Claws.
I don't. I 100% agree with you. I just don't.
Because
they're painful.
Because I had an issue of the Wolverine comic, and it opened up with this monologue. Because it was at the time where Wolverine was being a beast, in the woods around the Xavier Institute. And like I said, it was this monologue, and he went to pop his claws, and he kind of growled out. It's I growl every time they come out. People ask if it hurts. Every single time.
No shit, it hurts.
And it's oh, so that's why there's bits of flesh on the claws whenever they pop. So yeah, no. It's legitimately it's probably either going to be a Pokeball or the Omnitrix, because Omnitrix is amazing.
Yeah.
And a Pokeball, like if I did choose a Pokeball, it'd probably have like Arceus because I want like an OP Pokemon, and Arceus is like
so,
OP.
so you want God. So you're saying you want
essentially
you want God in a Pokeball.
No shit.
I mean, essentially yes. Yeah.
You're not getting a magic carp coming out of there.
Even though I do love Gyarados, no, I'm getting like the freaking god of the Pokemon world and a Pokeball.
Yeah, I can roll with that. I can roll with that. What do you think, Buster? What are you going with?
The Omnitrix. Hands down, every time, the Omnitrix. And if I did pick a Pokeball, it would be with Snorlax, because I am the Snorlax sage. I love Snorlax. It's something about that Pokemon just speaks to me deep down in my soul. And by soul, I mean my tummy. So, yeah, that's where I'm going.
I am gonna say F all that and go with the Dragon Balls. And I'm gonna wish for something just, I don't know, crazy. I'm gonna say I want the ability to have all of these things, pretty much. I'm gonna just wish that, and it's gonna be. And my caveat is, it's gonna be within his power. It'll be within his power, and I'm going with Dragon Ball. So, come at me if you have a problem with that.
Let's say be careful. We all know Shenron's a little touchy.
I'll call Beerus and then Shenron, and then we'll get it all straightened out.
Yeah, it's if I had a wish, I'd probably be imitating Zamasu, because I'd just like stay screw it and wish to be body swapped with Goku, because why not?
Yeah, exactly, 100%. And on to our next. I found another one. It was funny because these were like 2 different sites, but this is a whole nother thing. So it's another one, and it's another what would you have. There's 6 choices, and their choices are, you get these powers. These are the powers you get. You get the powers of a Super Saiyan. You get the power. So obviously, let's just say Goku. You're going to get the powers of Luffy, the elasticity. You get the powers of Sharingan. You get the powers of electricity, which I was told by Buster is from Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter, yeah.
Yep.
That's it's Killua's ability, if we have any Hunter fans out there.
And then the next 2 are going to be you're going to go Deku Midoriya from My Hero Academia, One for All. And the last one's going to be Natsu's, be a Dragon Slayer, Dragon Slayer magic.
That pose almost makes him look like Ace.
It does.
Me personally, I'm going One for All. And it's just because, like, I look at it this way. I think One for All is cool just because I get to say some of the most ridiculous shit ever when I'm doing my power. I get to say, like, United States of Smash! Like, I get to say that. Like, that just makes it better. It makes it better, in my opinion. So, that's what I'm going with. What are you going with, Des?
For sheer power, of course, I would go Super Saiyan.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, that's sheer power. But also for sheer badassery, and just, like, even more utility, and, like, to make people look like immense fools in a fight or whatever, Sharingan. Sharingan all day.
I'm going to go out on a limb and feel like someone agrees with you with that.
See, I was going to ask this question. I just thought of it earlier today. Last night. Do you get if you picked the elasticity, do you get the gears as well?
I assume you get the potential to be able to develop it.
Also, who's Sharingan we talking here? Because that matters.
You know what?
Okay, in the picture, who's that?
That's Kakashi's.
Yeah, that's Kakashi. But
spoiler, it's Obito's.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking just like baseline Sharingan. Also, like I'm not even considering like whose Mangekyo this evolves into. I'm like primarily thinking just base Sharingan, because just base Sharingan is like
yeah.
a Swiss Army knife of like freaking abilities that are like really useful. Oh, you can like precisely see your enemy's movements, and to the point where you see a move once, you can like mimic it yourself. Oh, you can like see through any illusion. Oh, you can pretty much hypnotize people by looking into their eyes.
Oh, I can copy every technique I see. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna pick Sharingan.
That's hey, I applaud you, and it's probably the logical choice.
Because
if I'm looking at it, yeah, you're right. And logically, like power wise, Sharingan, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because Sharingan is like OP at base, basically. Because I mean, Kakashi made an entire career having just one. And like whatever it evolves into, like I said, that's just bonus. Like, because you can get crazy abilities. Sure, like flames that can never be put out for like 7 days.
I'm a Taratsu.
The best illusion of all time. Possibly like a Susanoo avatar. Maybe the ability to teleport people into a pocket dimension whenever you want. Those are all just bonus, man.
What did Madara's do?
I think it was similar to the Kamui, but opposite, maybe? Like, I can't remember, but I'm wanting to say it was somewhat similar to what Kakashi developed.
Okay. Well, this just trends into my next topic, and I talked to Buster about this. And I think this is something that I'm always looking to learn, always looking to experience new things. But I'm going to challenge you two. You guys obviously have a much greater anime knowledge than I do. I am a novice at best. I mean, I've obviously DBZ, Dragon Ball, of course. I'm watching right now. I'm watching My Hero Academia for sure. I've definitely Fairy Tail is one I'm going through right now. I'm chewing through.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But my challenge to you guys is now. I was thinking about it. Doesn't have to be every week. Maybe every other week. I want. Oh, sorry. Oh my God, I'm dying. Oh God, it's terrible. Oh, my son got me sick, and I hate it. All right. Here's the challenge. You find me an anime episode to watch that is going to pique my interest in something that I have not watched before. It could just be one episode, and even if it ruins a little something, that's fine. I don't care. Give me something that's going to pique my interest in an anime I haven't watched yet, and I will watch it for that week, because I do have a little bit of free time occasionally, especially with, sitting there with the baby and, just got to put the headphones in and watch something on my phone or something. And I'm going to give you my opinion of it. So let's just say every other week, I want you guys just to give me one episode of something to watch that I have no knowledge of. Which won't be hard.
Yeah, I got a good one to start with.
Dude, if you say what I'm going to say, I'm going to freak the fuck out. But go ahead.
I don't know, but I got a really good one to start off with because it was a really weird one for me. But Berserk.
Okay.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to, like I said, you're gonna have to message me this. You tell me what to watch, and I'll watch it. Buster, what do you got for? You got anything for me?
Do you need a specific episode or just a series?
Just tell me. I'll watch the first episode. How about that? Yeah, we'll make it that. I'll watch the first episode.
Okay. Means I don't want to say the wrong title. Hold on. Oh, come on. I know it's somewhere around here. It's on Netflix, and I think it's called, like, The Grand Marshal, The Demon Parade, or something like that.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll find the exact title. It's called Nora: Rise of the Yokai Clan.
Nora, Rise of the Okay. You're gonna have to send me this. You guys send me this, and I will watch it this week. And next week, I will come back and I will give you my very mediocre review and opinion of said anime.
Okay, that's where I got the Demon Parade from. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay. I think this will be fun because you guys can learn me something. And I'm always looking for, for me, it's like I need that first push kind of into it. Like the reason I got into Fairy Tail is because the guy at work has the sticker on his like backpack.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it and I was like, what the hell is that? He goes, that's Fairy Tail. I go, what the fuck is Fairy Tail? And he's like, yeah. He goes, yeah, just watch it. Trust me. He goes, it's a little slow at first, but I promise you'll like it. And I've enjoyed the hell. I'm at episode like 100 now with it.
See, so, I would have said, to be fair, I would have said Yu Yu Hakusho because I love that series, but it is just a really tough watch for the first 5 episodes. Like, if you said I'm gonna watch the first 5 episodes, I'm like, just go to episode 6. You don't need to know how I became the spirit detective. You really don't.
Just know that he's a spirit detective.
Just know that he is the spirit detective. That's it.
Okay,
That's
well then we'll save that for another week. And I'll do that. So if you guys see something that catches your eye, write it down, and we'll use that for today. Shit, it could be something every week. If you guys got it, I'll watch it. So every week I'd like to do that, or every other week, or whenever the hell you guys do it. If you guys remember to do it, we'll do it. But I think it would be fun as someone who is definitely a novice in that, but who is looking for a shove in the right direction. The other one that I'm actually looking to, because I've heard you guys talk about this, is Overlord. That's the one. That's the one I kind of want to get into. I was thinking about because I love me some overpowered fucking craziness.
Oh yeah,
that's what it's. Yeah, that's it. Then if you like overpowered craziness, then Overlord is for you.
Okay, there we go. So like I said, hey, shit, we just found 4 right there. Boom, 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 done. Great. All right, I knew this would be easy with you guys. All right, I've got. Let's see. Do I have any questions that I really true? I know I had some questions from last week, and then we. Buster, you've got to explain what happened last week.
Oh, fuck yeah! I forgot all about this. Well, as you all know, last week's episode was cut relatively short due to a blackout of service from Comcast, and I call. And I'm a little angry. I'm a little hot, as I'm wont to do. So I'm speaking to a very nice lady. Okay, this lady, very nice from the sound of it. She's kind of old, so she doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I'm talking to her. I'm like, yeah, my service is out. Is it like a, is it a outage or is it, my equipment? What is it? She's like, I'm so sorry, there's an outage. I'm like, look, lady, I got powerful engrams waiting for me. I could have had an exotic drop. And she was like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I don't understand what the problem is. I mean, I was in the middle of a Gambit match. I could have had the Prime Servitor. Like, I start dropping a lot of Destiny talk, and she is just confused. Like, you can hear in her voice, she's like, huh? And I'm like, you know what? I was about to be like, just let me talk to Dimitri. Send me Dimitri right now. He'll understand. I'll be like, Dimitri, hey, it's Buster. We were recording an episode of the RNG cast. Yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate everything you've done for me. Can you just punch something in and give me some, give it to me? But I didn't. So I just kept going with her because it was just fun. I'm like, look, I almost had my subclass unlocked. I'm a defender titan. I'm ready to go. And she's like, what the fuck? She probably was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
This guy is on some drugs right now.
Yeah. But it was just hilarious. It made me feel so good that, like, I just fired off on this lady for about 15 minutes. Just Destiny talk. And she was just confused. At the end, she was like, sir, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, yeah, neither. I'm like, yeah, you don't, because you're not into it. That's fine. Just pick. When is it coming back on? And she was like, I don't know, maybe like 3-4 hours. And I'm like, cool, thanks, I appreciate your help. And I just, she was like, have a great day. It was just the way I went at her. I was like, I could have had an exotic
poor old lady, just trying to help you out, and you're dropping like You're like, I could have done the Ascendant Challenge right now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm waiting on
Mm-hmm.
this shit right now. And like, that is classic.
I was like, I knew it. And the worst part about it was when it dropped, I had an exotic engram on the ground. I'm like, that could have been my Ursa Furiosus. That could have been my dream. That could have been my dream exotic right there. But no. Or it could have been an armamentarium. I don't know. I don't judge. This lady would have been is just so confused. Just the most confused. But it's okay. But, it's very...
That is,
yeah.
like we say, the law of RNG.
Yeah.
The law of RNG. That was funny. That was funny.
Yeah, I heard, and the worst part was I heard you guys go, Buster?
Oh, I heard that. Yeah, I heard that when I was listening this week. I was listening just to kind of go over it, and I heard that, and I was like, "This is funny as hell. This is funny as hell."
It didn't record me going, I can hear you guys. I'm here. And then I heard you guys go, Pete probably killed him. And I'm like, it's possible, but no.
Oh, man.
I was firing hot, boys. Let me tell you, I was letting it go that day. But,
let's see. We forget anything?
I don't think so. Did we forget anything? Let me think. We talked about Iron Banner. Talked about Des, I got the Black Talon.
Nice.
So I'm just throwing the Suga Tencho as like a great like Ichigo Kurosaki. Hey, do you remember that game Paladins we used to talk about? Remember that?
I've never heard of that game before.
Yeah.
I briefly remember it, but my mind is just, completely dominated by Destiny right now.
Yeah, yes, same. Did you got anything else to talk about?
Not offhand. Hang on.
Be kind, rewind. No,
Because I've got
any updates to your fabulous thing you like to do? Your project of love, your
Project of Pain.
Yes.
Because holy crap.
Your spreadsheet to the stars.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still working on a thing, but it's like it's a time-consuming update.
Oh, I'm sure.
So it's going to take a bit of time and patience and here we go, topics.
I think I went over.
Okay, I got one question.
Awesome.
Any video game or Destiny terminology that has leaked into your real life? For example, like where I work, I actually I check my truck, or I'm responsible for checking the truckloads of our doors before they ship out. So hilariously, out of like the totes that I have to count, we have like 3 different departments that does totes. So if I have one of each, like in my head, I'll say it's rainbow. Or if it's 2 of each, it's double rainbow. Because why not? I mean,
Yeah, that's actually good. Yeah. When somebody falls in a freezer, I say you're Atheon. Because remember, I throw in the things at Atheon to make them fall off the ledge.
Yep.
It's just little things. I don't really say.
I've got one. Whenever I see someone, like, I'll be at work and like I'll say something as OP. I'll be like, that is goddamn OP. Mm-hmm. Like if it's like I don't know, just random shit like freaking. I don't even know, there was a new golf club that came out, and I made that comment, and thank God the guy I work with is a gamer, and so he starts laughing. He goes, you only say that to me, right? And I go, maybe, but no, that's the one I definitely use on a daily basis.
Yeah, that actually is a good one.
Yeah, it's something that's like been in my head because I'll like go and check. It's like, all right, so I have a candy tote, tobacco tote, and a C-store tote. Oh, rainbow. Also, as hilarity ensues here. When's Buster going to learn what a curated role is?
Go ahead.
I mean, it's a question that popped in my head. Primarily because...
Hopefully now.
Primarily because, like, you went to talk about checking the Iron Banner rolls, and Buster comes back. Oh, the curated rolls is like, no.
Okay, learn both of us, because I even have questions on this. Learn us what a curated role is.
A curated role is a legendary that, well, basically the best example of what a curated role is the horror story.
It drops with locked perks and masterwork, right?
Yes, and it has absolutely no perk choices, and it's like an exotic, and yeah, it drops at level 10 masterwork. Usually, like for Dreaming City and the Raid, they have exclusive shaders attached to them. So the only way to get those shader, like those two Dreaming City or that Dreaming City and Raid shader, is to actually dismantle a curated role.
Oh, that's evil.
So yeah. So for those two, there's that. But yeah, it has no perks. So yeah, everything else is basically either randomly dropped or it's just a vendor roll.
But mind you, when I asked that question, I didn't even look at what was going on. I assumed that they did like, a special thing for the Iron Banner, but I was wrong. So it's okay.
I just had to.
Nah, it's fine.
I had to.
Nah, it's fine.
Of course. He had to remind you. That's. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else, guys? You got any other little tidbits? Because I've got questions, but I'm saving them for future casts.
Well, let them go, man. We're at an hour and 42 minutes. We're so behind.
Oh, are we? Oh, shit! Yeah. I didn't even realize it. Okay, fine.
I was going to say, we also do have the questions that you didn't make it to last week.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Which is this is like you. I do need specifically this one. We need to know Buster's favorite ice cream man ice cream.
Oh, that's a good one.
Didn't I say Screwball?
That might have been when you cut out.
That was like okay. You're going over this. You cut out. Yes, this is true. Okay, so let me go back to this. Let me that's good. Okay,
Screwball.
Okay. And mine, in case it didn't make it, mine was Drumstick.
Yeah, I heard that Drumstick. Okay. All right. What was the worst purchase you have ever made that you thought was a great idea at the time?
You know what? This actually, for me, hilariously, like the biggest thing for me, because I tend to be like a little frugal on things.
Oh, me too, brother. Me too.
But this is also like this anecdote is actually why I'm not like as big of a fish for like buying things for a game as I used to be, because there was a point in time I was playing this little mobile game called Final Fantasy Airborne Brigade, and it was one of those. It was essentially pay to win, like depending upon who you're matched up against, but you'd like compete against. It was basically a gambit. Is like once a week you would be put into like they had clans, but once a week you would be put into what they called a brigade, and a brigade is just like multiple clans and like people that didn't have clans just assembled into one team, and you faced another brigade. So the goal was to basically clear out like dungeons and like event things to summon a boss. And that boss, basically whoever dealt the most damage to that one boss, won that round. But of course there were items in store because again, it was like 2007. So yeah, like 11 years ago. Jesus Christ. So there were items that you could buy that you could, because you had a limited number of attacks before you had to wait and regenerate your energy. But there were items you could buy to instantly restore that energy.
Oh, one of those games.
Yeah. So it became pay to win depending upon who you were against. And there was one clan that was famous for dropping hundreds of dollars. Like, where did these people get this money? Because if you were up against them, you didn't win. Like, there was literally no way. And one reason I know, because it was actually income tax time, and I dropped $100 on that freaking game.
Wow.
In one go. That was one go.
That's
because it was a free game, and like every week or every other week, I'd like drop $5 and get some stuff because they had like a weekly like bundle thing. And it's like, all right, I'll drop a little cash on this, support the developers, blah blah blah. It's Square Enix game, sure, whatever. I dropped $100 and I was instantly like, what have I done?
Mm-hmm.
What have I done? So yeah.
That's a good one. I could totally see that because this isn't mine, but
and we still lost. So yeah,
that someone will always in those kind of games. Because I was playing Rage of the Bahamut, which collectible crayon. It was like that, man. There was guys who would spend thousands of dollars. I'm not exaggerating. Thousands of dollars to get these packs of cards, to get loot boxes. That's really what it came to. Get loot boxes. And it was baffling to me. I mean, I literally, the way I actually made money on it, I actually made a profit by grinding the shit out of the game and then selling the stuff off on a secondary bazaar market. That's how crazy this shit was. And, that stuff can happen, man. But the thing is, there's always someone who's going to spend more money. And there's always someone, and the crazy thing is, that game doesn't even exist anymore. So it's like...
Same thing for me.
It's games like that, they just... Especially when it involves pay to win, they're the life cycle may not always be that long.
I mean, yeah, because hilariously, after I did that, like 2 or 3 months afterwards, they actually discontinued the American service.
Oof. You got one, Buster?
Yeah, the engagement ring from my first marriage.
That's. I wasn't going for that deep of a cut, but I will accept that answer. You don't need to say anything else, and we're just going to leave it at that. And
that's enough. That's enough. I mean,
I can. Great. Awesome. Okay, so for mine. This is a funny one. Well, it's not really funny. It's kind of shitty. But so when I was, when you get out of high school and you turn 18 and you get into college and they start sending you like credit card offers and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So yours truly, homeboy, got a credit card, and I thought I was king shit. And I thought, man, there's these guys I was hanging out with. The sad part was, these were guys that I didn't even hang out with that much, but I just had recently started hanging out with them. They all were like big snowboarding guys, like big time snowboarding guys. And I'm going to give you a little secret. Yours truly, when it comes to like surfing, snowboarding, skating, I'm good with my hands. I'm not good with my feet on that kind of stuff. I can run, I can do that kind of, but when it comes to like turning and shit like that, being 6'2", 260 pounds, like it doesn't work well. All right. It just doesn't work well. All right. And so I was convinced by one of these guys to get a snowboarding season pass.
I know how this ends.
Season pass. So the only problem was this was in 2005, 2006 in Southern California. Now I'm going to learn you something here. In Southern California, we have mountains and yes, we have snow, but it's a goddamn desert everywhere else. So there's a good chance that it may not rain. And guess what? If it doesn't rain, that means there's no snow. So therefore, there's no snowboarding.
Yeah, needs to be more.
Or they make artificial snow. So the thing is they made. So I said, screw it, I'm going to do it. So I spent $300 and bought a season pass for snowboarding. I'm all jazzed up, and at this time I had a job. I was working at a sporting goods store called Sports Chalet, and the cool perk of the job was that you were able to get free rentals on snowboarding equipment. So I didn't have to buy a snowboard. That would have been really terrible. But I didn't have to buy a snowboard. I didn't have to buy, you know, bindings or anything like that. So I said, screw it, I'm going to do it. So I got a snowboard. I'm going. And I have never been snowboarding before, ever, never once. I made the purchase without going once.
Oh God!
And I go up, and this is at night. I go at night for my first time.
What?
And this is during a drought where there is no rainfall. So that means it's hard ice.
Mm-hmm.
You are falling on. You're hurting. I have never been more sore in my entire life. I have been through hell weeks of football. I have been through, training camp. I've been through some pretty brutal stuff in my life when it comes to training my body. But nothing compares. Nothing compares. Okay, I had to say it. I don't know why. Nothing compares to fucking waking up the next day
on fire
after snowboarding. This is how bad it was. My bed, I had a full-size bed for myself, and I literally, the bed was maybe, it was a low, like some IKEA piece of shit bed, but I literally couldn't put my hands down to push myself off the bed. I had to roll myself off the bed, which, folks, I'm telling you right now, I mean, I've never, when you're telling your body, and Buster, you know this, when you're telling your body to, like, do something,
it's like, nah, dog.
It's like, no, you're not gonna, and I'm not used to that. Like, I'm used to being able to tell my arm, push me up, and I'll get up. I couldn't do it. It was so painful, and I could barely breathe.
Mm-hmm.
It was so bad, and my wrists were so bad. I bet you my wrists are still screwed up from that, because these, I was falling on my wrist, which is like the big no-no, which I completely, and plus I tore up a really nice pair of pants, which I was really pissed off about. But I literally had to call my dad. I mean, I was living with my dad at the time. I had to call my dad. He's in there. I'm like, Dad, I need you to help me get. I'm literally in my underwear. My dad's like, what do you mean? Get the hell up. I'm like, Dad, I need you to pick me up. Like, help me get up so I can get to the bathroom right now, because I cannot physically get up. So that happened. And then yours truly never went back again. Never went back again. Wasted that $300. And I will think about that till my goddamn grave. But that's, oh man, that was, oh God, I thinking about it makes me cringe. Not only for the money, but the pain, dude. Oh my God, the pain was terrible. I like I said, I've never, and the crazy thing was, I wasn't like bruised up. I wasn't bruised up. It was just my body, like, I felt like, another thing, I feel like I'm like goddamn Goku when he has like nothing left.
Yeah.
And he's like literally just like, I knew how Vegeta felt at the end of Dragon Ball Super when he had nothing left and he's getting his ass kicked by Jiren and he gives off his power, spoiler alert, gives off his power to Goku. That now I know how he felt, because I was, oh God, that was terrible. Now I'm thinking about that, like I need a drink. Like, oh, God damn.
There is another comparable feeling is the day after you start doing the insanity workout, that first day after, you feel like, that's how you feel. You feel like what your body is like telling you, no, dog. It's like, nah, you're good.
You're not moving.
You're like, get up, and it's like, nah, how about this? Okay, cool, Pete. Way to drop my mic. Appreciate that.
No, but like I said, it that was definitely a purchase that I regret and plus I had to pay all that goddamn interest because you know how the fucking those credit cards are. They have like this insanity interest on them and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
See, I was reminded of that all the time. So that was definitely the one. Okay, next question is, since we're in that time of the season, what is your favorite Halloween movie?
By Halloween, do you just mean like horror movie?
No, anything. It could be horror. It could be. I don't care if it's a little kids movie. Like my favorite movie is Nightmare Before Christmas. Nightmare Before Christmas is always playing at my house on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
It's been like that since I was a little kid. It's one of with you know the Tim Burton. I know we were talking about the movie last night, but
yeah, we talked about it last night.
We literally talked about it last night. It is my favorite Halloween movie, just because. I mean, Danny Elfman. I mean, come on, the guy's a goddamn composing god. I mean, Oingo Boingo, the guy is just amazing.
And
plus, he did all.
Singer.
Yeah, did all the singing for Jack. I mean, come on, the guy is just
as I found out in that movie. Basically, he was always set to sing as Jack Skellington, and they cast his speaking voice to closely match Danny Elfman's singing voice in that movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, that was the plans. Like Tim Burton's like, oh, they're like, okay, he's singing for Jack Skellington, so we need to find someone that sounds like him when he's speaking.
Danny Elfman. I mean, goddamn, The Simpsons. I mean, the goddamn all the music that you hear in The Simpsons. Yeah, you can thank that gentleman. The guy's amazing.
Batman?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
you look up some of the amazing the music he has produced. I mean, it is astounding.
Pretty much every Tim Burton movie
ever.
Tim Burton's like that. He's a creature of habit. He's like that. I forgot her name. I don't know her name, but
it's Helena Bonham Carter.
Go sure.
His wife.
I mean, it's like if there's a Tim Burton movie, like its music is going to be done by Danny Elfman, and chances are Johnny Depp's going to have a role.
Yep.
I mean, that's just how it is for Tim Burton.
All right. So, what's your guys' favorite Halloween movie? Like I said, anything horror doesn't matter.
You see, 'tis the season when the wife starts like watching because she is a nut for horror movies. So 'tis the season where I'm going to have to start. Yeah, I'm going to have to endure the horror phase.
There's me and you, man. We like my wife. She gets into like terrible shit, like Green Inferno and stuff like that. Like I'm just like, I mean, like Human Centipede, like crazy ass shit. And I'm like, how do you watch this? How? How?
Yeah, for my wife, it's more. She likes she basically likes torture porn, like Saw and
Hostel. Yeah, Hostel. Yeah, and she's so desensitized by it.
Yeah.
It's just like, and I'm just like, I'm sitting there going, oh my God. Like, I'm like literally about to throw up on some of the certain, and she's just sitting there just eating popcorn or, sitting there, just watching along like no big deal. I'm just like, God, how do you do this? Okay, so go ahead.
Did you say what yours was?
No, he didn't say. I keep interrupting him on the asshole.
That's what I'm going to have to go through, but, legitimately Nightmare Before Christmas, but also never doubt don't sleep on Hocus Pocus, basically.
Oh, very solid movie. Very solid movie.
I mean, one of my favorite movies of all time is The Addams Family.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
I know the Mamushka intro.
Mamushka.
Yeah, I know that whole thing. Actually, that's going to be one of the caveats for when I get married again. that my best man is going to have to do the mamushka with me.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, with the slapping in the face and everything.
The mamushka is that's one of my favorite parts in movies. There's certain guys who are made for parts, and Raul Julia as Gomez Adams
was just my
perfect. God. It's Tony. It's Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. It's
Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool.
Exactly. It's Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. They were born to play that role.
But my Beetlejuice.
There you go.
I love Beetlejuice. Every time I see a Zagnut, I'll look at it and I look at my girlfriend and she's over this at this moment in time. Like she's just not for it. But she's like, go ahead. And I'm like, hey you want a Zagnut? I fucking love it. Like it's just oh man, it's so good to me. It just makes me so happy to say it. Hey. Like I just do the whole like Michael Keaton was so good.
I was just about to say that Michael Keaton. You know what I'm starting to realize is that Michael Keaton is just a great goddamn actor.
No, he is.
Like honestly, like I'm starting to appreciate his Batman more and more now that we have Batfleck. I mean, not that he did a terrible job, but and now apparently he's going to be out.
Yeah, he killed it.
Yeah, like I said, but Keaton's Batman was good, and him as Beetlejuice. I mean, just the voice alone, he deserves credit just for that, being able to do that voice alone.
Oh yeah, that'll shred your vocal cords. That voice will, being in that much of a high register. Yeah, like that growl, that guttural noise. Yeah,
your throat is done. Yeah, your throat is done when you try to do something like that.
I mean, I still say this every time. If they ever did a Batman Beyond and they had and they cast anybody as the old Bruce Wayne except for Michael Keaton, I would be like, this is some bullshit. I'd still go see it, but I would complain the entire time.
100% agree. They should do it now. They should do it now. Honestly, there's someone. Batman Beyond is the one that they. I love Batman Beyond. When it came out, I remember watching it being really skeptical, but when it came out, it's great.
The storylines are so dark too.
It is.
Mr. Freeze, like that Mr. Freeze storyline. Whew.
Yeah, there's episodes dealing with like drug addiction and peer pressure, and then there's episodes dealing with the Splicer episode dealing with like current fads and trying to be trendy and like the dangers of that. It's like, oh my god.
Let's talk about the movie, The Return of the Joker.
Oh my god, that was so dark.
Spoiler alert, how Robin ends up turning into the goddamn, the goddamn Joker.
That was a repeat. That was a repeat of another storyline, of a previous storyline, but they redid it Batman Beyond style, which was still good.
But like I said, it's fucking, it was great. It was great.
I remember hearing that on a podcast and them saying that it was Jason Todd being taken over. It's like, no, that was Tim Drake being taken over.
I was just gonna say that's not Jason Todd.
That was Tim Drake being taken over. It's like I can't remember exactly where I heard it from. But it's like no, Tim Drake.
Todd is goddamn the Red Hood.
The Red Hood.
I mean, he was dead at that point in time because there was no Red Hood. There was no Jason Todd coming back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but like I said, no, but that Batman Beyond, it's ripe there for the taking because Keaton he's still. I mean, look, he played a great in Spider-Man. He was a great Vulture.
He was an amazing villain.
It was a great take on Vulture that I didn't think I would like, because for me personally, Vulture is always going to be the guy who flies around and steals your youth, not the guy who flies around in a suit and is able to pick up I was really skeptical about that, but because of Keaton's acting in playing that character, it made me like the character.
The line he had when Peter Parker was like, you're selling weapons, he's like, oh, like Tony Stark in your suit?
Yeah, it's like he was
when he sat there and says, I will kill you, and everyone you know pretty much. Like that is like such a dark.
Oh my god! And I was like, I will hurt you, and I will kill everyone you know. It's like, oh my god, Michael Keaton.
This is right. Yeah, right. His daughter's like he's giving them a ride home, right? Wasn't he? It's like he's giving them. Yeah,
no,
it's like,
he was giving them a ride to prom.
Yeah, whatever. Exactly. That that is just it was great. Dark, just absolutely great. So
yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing casting, and yeah, like you said, like at least for me, because Vulture's like he's Adrian Toomes. He's the rich guy that's able to put money into a suit so he could stay young, and to have him as this hardworking everyman, he's just trying to basically take care of his family. It was just like amazing, and he pulled it off so good.
When I think Vulture, I think Montgomery Burns with superpowers.
Like, basically,
that's fair.
That's what I think of when I think of the Vulture. Okay, so there we go. So we have Nightmare Before Christmas. We have Beetlejuice, and then what was yours, Des?
Hocus Pocus.
Okay, there we go. All right, let's see.
Great
so here's. Okay, this is a God. See, this is a. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. Okay, one fictional character fight. Any two characters, anytime, at their supreme most powerful. Who are you pitting against each other, and why?
Oh, I mean,
that's why I said for you guys this means more because you guys have seen more stuff.
Ooh, I mean, I would love to see Madeira versus Eisen.
Yeah, that would be wicked.
That's some. Ooh-wee.
You want to talk about like not even just like what's going to happen, like just the mind games on mind games from those two. Like, oh my god!
And they're both genius level intelligence.
Yeah.
They're both, uber strong. Also, Madeira Uchiha, not Madeira from Toriko. I have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, for me, I have to. I wasn't huge on Naruto. I know I watched probably about 100 episodes. But I still need to do my catching up, and I'm still going through the whole. I know Eisen obviously because I watch Bleach. I'm not, like I said, I've told you guys I'm still going through Bleach right now. But yeah, definitely okay. All right.
I've actually restarted watching it too because you're watching it.
Yeah, like I said, I'm still. To be honest, because I've been watching Fairy Tail, I haven't really watching too much of it now. But now I kind of want to watch it because I want to see the whole Eisen thing, man. Because Eisen is just fucking the whole like I look. This is obviously for me. Just the whole thing with his Zanpakuto is fucking broken.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's fucking broken. He can just make you feel like everything is real and just illusion you. Like how do you beat that?
I mean,
you could think you could win. You could go through an entire fight scene and think you beat the shit out of him and won, and it could all be an illusion, and then he'd just kill you.
Yeah, I mean, can we bring up the fact that he knew who to bring onto his side? The one guy who couldn't see his Zanpakuto, he brought over to his side of thinking. I mean, think about that. He brought Tosin over, and Tosin.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Tosin. Yep, I was just gonna say Tosin. Yeah. Oh man, I like I said, I just he is Eisen is fucking great. So is that what you're gonna go with? Eisen Madeira?
Eisen Madeira, yeah.
Des, you got one?
It's a tough one for us, isn't it?
It is.
Like I said, it's a tough one. That's why I was like, I was hesitant. I was hesitant to ask it because I know it would be really tough to answer, kind of on the spot.
Yeah, that and I watch Death Battle a lot, which is this.
Mm-hmm. With science.
Yeah, so I can like agree with a lot of what they say.
Have they done like Goku versus Superman and stuff like that?
Yes,
they've done that twice.
Okay. I mean, because that's like the generic. Everyone always says that, but I wouldn't go with that.
They still get hate for those two videos.
Superman, come on, it's Superman.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's like 6 seasons of Death Battle now. They just had their 100th episode, and they redid Mario vs. Sonic. Which is an amazing episode. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, because it's a lot of possibility, and like, I'm gonna have to say I can't answer that right now, because there's like way too much.
It's fair.
Because a lot of my dream matches like have been done. And I've seen and like I agree with like the outcome.
I agree with it, but okay. So what just give for those who haven't watched it, because I haven't watched that stuff. What's one of your dream matchups?
Some of my dream like like Batman versus Spider-Man was like really good. Deadpool versus Deathstroke.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Did they do Guts versus Nightmare?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did do Guts versus Nightmare, which was another like great match. And as soon as I see it, like sometimes I don't even know these are dream matchups until I see them teasing a matchup, and it's like,
here's one that came to mind. I'm sure they've done this because this is always one that, but Thanos versus Darkseid.
No, they haven't done that one.
They haven't done that one.
And
they are basically the same thing.
That's exactly
one has the Infinity Gauntlet. One has the Death Theorem.
Yeah, the equation,
the Doomsday equation, or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah,
exactly. So that would probably be mine. Thanos versus Darkseid.
One I would like to see is Zoro versus Ichigo.
Okay, sword fight. You were telling me that you saw that on that mural. Then they have those two like kind of going like head to head arguing with each other.
Well, it was like it was the stereotypical anime like arguing. Like they both had their swords down. They both were like face to face. They had like forehead to forehead, and they had that like I'm angry.
They had like the Baku. They had like the Bakugo like angry like.
Yeah,
like,
the face, the weird face that anime characters make when they're angry.
That's definitely the one I would like to see because the characters almost like look similar to me. I know this is going to sound kind of crazy, but Natsu versus Luffy. Like I would like to see something like that.
They didn't do him versus Luffy, but they have done Natsu versus someone.
It was another fire user, right?
I can't remember, but yeah, okay. Just to give you like because I found like a playlist at least, and like some of the most recent ones. Their second newest one, other than Mario vs. Sonic, was Nightwing versus Daredevil, and that one was actually a live action fight.
I feel like Daredevil has the advantage.
You think that?
Okay, fair then.
Optimus Prime versus the OG Gundam.
Oh.
Yeah. Samurai Jack versus Afro Samurai.
Damn, these are great, man. I need to start watching this.
They're really and they're about science too. Like if you like
they
numbers
actually
like you do.
The way the show is set up, they explain one character A, and then they go into like the backstory of character B. Fight happens, and then they like go into the fine details of why winner won. Mm-hmm. Like what feats that they're working off of to calculate. Well, how would this person win? Let's see. Hang on, because there's like Jotaro versus Kenshiro.
Ooh.
Sephiroth versus Virgil from Devil May Cry. Batman Beyond versus Spider-Man 2099. Naruto versus Ichigo.
Yeah,
which
that was
surprised me actually. The result of that one.
Did it?
It kind of did. It kind of did actually. Shredder versus the Silver Samurai.
Okay.
Android 18 versus Captain Marvel. Sub-Zero versus Glacius. Natsu versus Ace.
Ace. Fire users. Yeah. I knew it was 2 fire users.
The Power Rangers versus Voltron.
Ooh, that okay. I need to watch that one.
Hulk versus Doomsday as well.
That's oh God, these are fucking great. I need to watch this shit.
Cammy versus Sonya. Mewtwo versus Shadow. Joker versus Sweet Tooth. Oh my god,
that was funny.
Damn.
Flash versus Quicksilver. Oh my god. Urza? Yeah, like I said, that's just they did do Urza. I actually passed over that one.
Urza versus who?
Zoro.
Really?
Roronoa Zoro versus Urza. Dude, which that watching those two things is actually what got me into watching because I actually watched those before I watched Fairy Tail and like
Urza's probably my favorite character on.
Oh my gosh, she's OP.
She's fucking so good. She's also extremely good looking, but that's pretty much every character.
Oh, and of course the classic matchup of Mega Man versus Astro Boy.
Oh.
and the amazing matchup of Hercule versus Dan Hibiki.
Oh man, Mr. Satan.
Also, Double G, just to let you know, there is a continuation manga on of Fairy Tail that takes you 100 years into the future, and there's a very interesting scene with there is a guild of dragon slayers. That's all they are. Just they're a bunch of dragon slayers, and one of them is the armor dragon. And
really?
he takes Urza's best shot straight to the top of his head, and he just like looks at her like he does that weird like head tilt motion, and he's like, ow. And wow. And everybody's like, what the fuck? He's like, allow me to introduce myself. I'm the armor dragon, and I'm like, oh god, armor dragon. Oh god, this is gonna be a great fight, and they don't fight.
No, what's it called? I'm at the so I'm at the part I'm in Fairy Tail where he's trying to become an S-class. He's trying to become an S-class wizard.
Oh, you're in the beginning.
I told you I'm 100 episodes in. I'm 100 episodes in. And what about like Gildarts for someone? What about Gildarts for someone? Like, is he like Gilbart? I want to who would you like? I want to put someone against Gildart because that
Gildart's power is really weird.
But
his magic is weird.
I actually just found my dream match. That like as soon as they announced it, I basically like just almost passed out from nerd overload. That was the Tiger Zord, which is the White Tiger, the White Ranger's power Megazord versus Gundam Epion.
Ooh.
It was such a good fight. And like I said, I saw that title scroll and I was like, no. It was so great.
Also, Double G, if you like Fairy Tail, check out Black Clover.
Oh, and He-Man versus Lion-O. They did that one.
Okay, Black Clover. Okay. All right. So I think we know where that one. Okay, this is my last one. This is actually a really... This one will...
Luke Skywalker versus Harry Potter. Like I said, they got crazy matchups in this. Holy crap.
Fuck? Okay, yeah. Okay, hold on. Okay, here's my last question. If, from now on, you could have perfect RNG on every roll, on every gun you got dropped, would you want it? Or would it take away from the game and you wouldn't want it? Because I personally wouldn't want it.
You mean like D2 Vanilla? I'm good with that, actually.
I'm talking about like God rolls.
Yeah, like D2 Vanilla. Okay. Just from the fact that it's like I said, roll. But yeah, I'm down for that. Sure.
God, I couldn't do it. I would be for you guys. I can understand why you'd want it. I get it, but it would take away the fun of like the grind of getting mad at a gun for something. I don't know. I feel like it would take away something.
Okay.
From it.
In my opinion, the way Destiny 2 or the way Forsaken is right now, I would do it just from the sheer fact that I've never been super since Zombie Apocalypse, my first legendary drop. I've never been super. Which when they bring MGs back. They better bring back Zombie Apocalypse because I would rock that. Even if it was a horrible roll, Like the first one I got, like the first zombie apocalypse I get will be my baby all over again. Even because my first zombie apocalypse was an awful roll, but it's actually still in my D1 vault. My very first zombie apocalypse is still in my D1 vault. Yeah, that gun's existed for like 4 years now. And so, but
and this is like your whatever you consider a god roll, not maybe what everyone else considers.
Yeah, I get that. But like I said, the biggest like triumphs for me come from in like the exotic quests and the guns that you have to like really put effort for. So much I really don't care about random, like the curated rolls got me into using Vouchsafe, and with the scout rifle buff, oh my god, it does feel so good in PvE. Which actually led me to using it more in PvP, which now I also have my scout rifle mastery triumph. So yeah.
What about you, Buster? Would you want it?
No. It would be like shooting fish in a barrel.
That's what I was saying. It would make it like it would become easy. It would take away the thrill of the fight, I guess you could say, for me.
I mean, if it was along the lines of like you can pick, one drop that's guaranteed. Fuck yeah, Ursa Furiosa, come to daddy. I want you right now. Get in my belly. But other than that, it's no. I think it would take away the fun aspect.
Because like I've told everyone, I enjoy not all the time, but I enjoy getting the shit roll every now and then. I know it sounds terrible. It's like friggin' masochist style, but I enjoy it because guess what? If I got a perfect roll every time, I would get so bored so fast, and I would end up. I wouldn't like the game as much.
Mm-hmm.
I would get. I enjoy it because it brings a reality. Because guess what? Life is pain, man. Life is not all sunshine and rainbows. So I mean, like for me, like I want it to reflect that. I guess you could say. I don't know. I just.
No, I'm with you. Like, I mean, Destiny 1 when I grinded for that shadow price.
Exactly. I was just gonna say you wouldn't have that. You wouldn't have that.
And even then, it wasn't even like a good roll. It wasn't like what people would be like. It was a god roll. It was just. It was the. Don't. If you can't be with the one you want, love the one you're with. That's how I think of it.
But also hilarious. Like speaking of Shadow Price, going through the Shadow Throne, like someone like it wasn't me, so I don't know the exact like wordage or whatever. But Tolan mentioned Bad Juju to someone.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Was Bad Juju was my first exotic.
Like with that kind of like drop, I would actually be surprised. And since Tolan is such a major character right now, I would legitimately be surprised if
Black Armory.
Like I would legitimately be surprised if Bad Juju does not come back in Forsaken.
I would be so happy. I love that pulse rifle.
Because we have the man speaking to us. Even though he's like and oh my god, like doing the in-between for Wishender. Like, going up to the statue and getting the quest and then going to the Tangled Shore to start there. Tolan about freaked me out. Because we're clearing bosses, and all of a sudden I hear, over here. It's like, dude, you can't do that to me. It's like, what are you doing? I've been playing a bunch of Haunted Forest, like, screams and crap coming at me. You can't just be, like, whispering sweet nothings into my ear, man. Come on.
My favorite, I popped open Ishtar Legacy to look at my my machine guns that were my favorite. My favorite one, I had a pretty much god rolled Silver Dread that I absolutely fucking.
Silver Dread was a good one,
dude. I love that and then Unending Deluge. I had an unending deluge that had like no recoil and was just a machine. Oh God, I'm going to be so happy when those are back. Oh, I'm going to be happy.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be really fun.
Dude, the Tolan stuff, there has to be a reason for it, obviously. I mean, there's just this Tolan stuff. He is, shit. I did a Lit Lore episode with our friend Xanafan on that man. The guy is, he's such an interesting character to me, and I think that it's got a lot of potential.
Just to let you know, my first my zombie apocalypse that's still sitting in my vault at 170. It has persistence and grenadier. Ooh. It was awful, but it was my first, and it's still my baby.
Yeah, the one I've got persistence, counterbalance, perfect balance on one that I just absolutely loved. It was just
Deluge, which I don't know why I have that one. There's my Silver Dread.
I'm excited to see like the new, like they're gonna bring out some of the old hotness for sure.
Like I said, it better be. It needs to be.
They need to bring a couple back.
Like, come on, like please.
Everyone always talks about Zombie Apocalypse because that was always great. They're gonna have obviously an Iron Banner one. I would, we'll see that one. Hopefully, I mean,
Eldritch Hammer was very nice. That was like the first really.
So was the second one. The Silver Dread was an Iron Banner one.
Yeah,
that was obviously a what's it called? Oh God, why am I drawing a blank right now? That was the year 3. That was the year 3 Iron Banner one.
I got looking through these old perks.
I know, dude, it brings back the memories, man. You look at these weapons, you're like, dude, that was my baby.
Yeah, like remembering small bore wasn't a barrel. It was a stat adjuster.
I was just gonna say that, dude. Okay, I had a Tread Upon Stars that had hidden hand, explosive rounds, and crowd control. That was my only PvE weapon. Like that was my PvE weapon that I absolutely. There nothing else was in my hand, and I missed that gun now. Now I made myself sad.
But yeah, I mean, I will occasionally go back through. Oh, hey, look there's a familiar face, Celestial Nighthawk. But yeah, just going back through and just looking at everything again. Whoa, I still have Arms Day packages on 2 of my characters. Holy crap! Jeez. Or PDX 45.
I mean,
oh man,
Bungie has a lot that they can pull from to bring back the member berries, like Arms Day for Black Armory. Because I mean, come on, that's definitely coming.
Arms Week is actually already in the API.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but nobody knows exactly what it's about now because the rest of the year 1 exotics that didn't have catalysts, a la Fighting Lion, was going to get their catalyst in Arms Week.
And it got this for this.
Yeah, for Festival now.
Yeah. Which was a nice little surprise when you cashed in that first bounty and you're like, what the fuck?
Fighting Lion catalyst, Oh
my God. I am looking at some of these weapons right now in my vault on D1, Touch of Malice, stuff like the Touch of Malice was something that they could theoretically, I think they could bring back.
And I love hearing people talk about Touch of Malice now, and they remember, but they ruined it. And it's it wasn't even good for the one for the encounters they made it for. And it's actually, no, it's actually still amazing for the encounters they made it for because of the people forget about the aura of immortality that lets you shoot. You don't take damage in the aura, so
yep,
you still used Touch of Malice in the auras to deal massive damage.
I mean, fucking Outbreak Prime. Outbreak Prime, I loved that gun. The ability for me to shoot Siva pretty much. I absolutely loved that gun.
That was one of my favorite exotic quests.
It was. And it's so intricate. It was so difficult. But, I mean, goddamn, I miss these weapons. Holy shit, man. Oh, Vision of Confluence.
Yeah, I actually had all of the exotic adept primaries.
Oh, man.
Era.
You got me thinking about Atheon's epilogue again.
I'm looking right at it.
That hot garbage.
I mean, freaking Red Death.
Oh, the Doctrine of Passing. Oh.
I know,
There
exactly. Exact Hawksaw. Freaking
the auto rifle where auto rifles almost had to come back in D1. And then they just like, oh, no, we can't do this. Like, no, it's the only good one.
Hey, the one that broke the mold, Genesis Chain. The one that didn't make any sense. Oh, man. Oh, I remember. You remember? I remember.
Hey, guys, remember when we had the Sarah's regime was good for like a week? Remember that?
Hey, guys. You remember Gospel Mallet? You remember? Oh, man.
The gun that spawned a podcast.
Yep.
The gun that started a revolution.
Yep.
That's so funny. Oh my God! See, but that's what I'm saying. Like, Des, you weren't here when I went on my my diatribe, but D2 is starting to get back to that point. I think where we're getting back to where we actually have personal attachment towards weapons again. At least I am. I've gotten shit. My bow doesn't come off me. Like, I love that goddamn weapon. This is my bow. There are many like it, but this one is mine. And, I think we're now that looking back at that, we're not at that point yet. I'm not at that point yet. I don't have these crazy, like, super fond, like, crazy memories to remember how I got certain things yet. On certain exotics, I do, which is what the whole point of them was. But I think we're getting there on the legendary stuff. I think we're getting there. So, I mean, like, that was a nice little trip down memory lane.
Des, you mentioned that the missus is a horror fan.
Mm-hmm.
On Netflix, there's the series, the Hill, the
House on Haunted Hill.
Yes.
Or Haunting of House on House. Yeah, she's already watched it twice by now.
Okay. Never mind then.
Because she watched it once on her own, and now she's watching it with the mother-in-law.
Okay.
So yeah, she's already all over it.
To describe how many horror movies Aaron has watched, let me put it to you this way: if it's on Netflix and it has horror, and it has 2 stars or better, 2 stars, she has watched it. If it is on, it is. The amount of horror movies my wife has watched, which scares me because she knows really good ways to kill me now. Mm-hmm. I can't do it. I don't have the stomach for it, man. I just don't. Don't know how. I wish I did. I wish I was fucking, but I just can't do it. I can't watch people getting their fingers and toes chopped off. I can't watch. I can't watch people's mouth getting sewn onto someone's butt. Can't do it, man. Just don't enjoy it. Don't, especially when it involves, like, not the gory stuff but with kids for, like, what movie always fucking freaks with me is goddamn
Children of Corn.
No, oh my God, why am I drawing a blank right now? The one where the thing is Jennifer Aniston inside the house. The Grudge. The Grudge. Yeah. That movie fucks with me.
That's Sarah Michelle Gellar, by the way?
Oh, Sarah, yes. Whatever. Okay. Close enough. What's it called? When that kid comes down the stairs all willy-nilly, like crazy shit, and the noise.
The cat? Oh, the death rattle.
I can't do it. I like literally that movie, like when she's in the shower scene and hands start coming out of her fucking head. Mm-hmm. Like I can't do it, man. I just can't do it because kids freak me out, and that's what my freaking my kids. That's the funny thing. Is like you guys know this as fathers. Like all of a sudden, like you'll be sleeping, and all of a sudden you'll open your eyes, and your kid will be like standing right next to you. Like all of a sudden, like oh, what the hell? Like like in the middle of the night. Like oh my god, man. Like you won't say anything. Like man.
Just stand there and look at you.
You just stand there and look at you like,
Daddy, are you sleeping? I was.
Yeah. Now I'm not.
Yeah. Not now.
It's like now I'm not going to be sleeping for a while.
Yeah.
But anything else, fellas? I'm good on. Actually, let me browse one more time. Make sure. Let me just make sure so we can touch. Let's see.
I think that was it, right? I think
honestly, I think that's pretty much it.
Also, as the ice cream man, shout out to the Choco Taco. All right, it was a hard choice.
Choco Taco is good, man.
It was a hard choice I had to make between the Screwball and the Choco Taco, but it turned in basically the winning came for the fact that one has lactose and one doesn't. And sometimes I have a little bit of problem with lactose.
See, I just couldn't. If I couldn't have milk products, I would. Dude, I'm the kind of guy I drink like 2-3 glasses of milk a day.
Oh God,
like just the whole milk, man.
I almost shit my pants because you said that.
The one that does not agree with the gorilla is eggs. Certain eggs, man. That's the one that makes. Okay, I'll take that back. Certain places eggs. Like if I go to, you guys have heard of Del Taco?
Yeah, fuck yeah, best burger in the world.
Dude, Del Taco has
not the best burger, but a really good fast food burger.
Yes, Del Taco has extremely good food. I love the place. Their breakfast burrito, it's like one of those things. Like I know I'm eating this thing and I am going to be in pain. Like I have never been closer to shitting my pants than fucking after I ate one of those, and I was in the EMT and I was on a call, ate one of those things, and an hour later, all of a sudden I got the grumble, and then the sweats.
Oh yeah,
the grumble. You get the grumble, the drop, and the sweats, and you're like, dude, I feel so bad for that bathroom because that was one of the. Oh God, I don't know what it is about their eggs. It must be something that they do with their eggs. But that place, like, if you just want to make me shit my pants, just give me some egg and cheese burrito from Del Taco, and that's what you'll get.
You want to talk about Southern California? Shout outs to Jamba Juice, to El Polo Loco, and the motherfucking In-N-Out. I miss you.
Oh, they are still very good. Very good, man. That is one thing I can definitely say. We having everything out here in Southern California, we are very, very lucky. Like the only things that like we don't have that I've heard like Whataburger, we don't have that here. We don't have White Castle.
No, y'all have there's a. Oh man, I'm about to show my hand real quick. I thought there was a Whataburger in Palmdale.
I don't go the fuck all the way out to Palmdale.
Well, I was stationed out there, so I mean.
Okay, well, there you go. That's fine. In reasonable driving distance, Palmdale from my house, if I were to drive to Palmdale right now...
You might as well go to Vegas.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Vegas, no, it was not closer, but Palmdale, motherfucker, man, that's an hour and a half, no traffic.
That doesn't happen in Cali.
That's exactly my point.
That's actually also like the distance from me to Atlanta.
An hour and a half?
Yeah, about an hour and a half. I mean, it depends on how much you speed on the interstate, which is like 80% of the travel time, really.
Yeah, that's like I try to explain to people like when I drive to work in the morning, like everyone's like, "Man, that's a really long drive." Because where I live in. I'm gonna say I live in Norco, California. Good luck trying to find me. is a horse town. Like, we have horse property out here. It's one of the few places in Southern California that has horse property. We don't have horses for some reason, but we have a lot of property, and that's good because we can have for the dogs and everything else. But where I drive to, it is literally, I try to explain to people, if there's no traffic, the fastest I've gotten to work is 38 minutes. With traffic, it's taken me 3 fucking hours to get to goddamn work. Like, people people try to talk about traffic like they know traffic. It's like, you merely adopted the traffic. Like, this is like, God, and it's only going to get worse here. It's just only going to get worse, and it's enough to make us, once the kids are out of the house, we're fucking leaving. Like, we're leaving. That's pretty much our end game.
Yeah. All right. I think at 2 hours and 40 minutes, I think we're good now, guys. We can definitely.
Are you good now? Are you good now?
Are you entertained? Are you entertained?
Are you good now? Because guess what? You tell me to talk, I will fucking talk.
Well, you can talk all you want. Pete's looking at me like he wants to go for a walk, and that means I'm out of here. So, if you guys want to continue to talk, I will definitely. I mean, I have the recorder running anyway, so
no,
Des,
let's get the hell out of here.
All right. What episode is this? 126? 127?
Oh crap! I was late, so I don't have any of that crap. Any of that up.
Give me uno momento, por favor. Let's see. Goddamn slow ass phone.
Well, this has been insert correct episode number here of the RNG cast. Des, tell everybody where they can find you, buddy.
This is episode 126.
126 of the RNG cast.
126? Yeah, 126. You can find me at Twitter always at DES_Raven. Where, yes, things will be happening in the nearish future. Like I said, once I get finished on a few cosmetic changes, links for Moonin, new links will be going live. So old bookmarks will no longer work. Featherstone will be officially retired to antiquity. So, yeah.
All right, Double G.
You can find me in the RNG Cast Discord, which you should get your butt in here, by the way, folks. Get on in here. Look at some of the amazing memes I post.
Meme Board of RNG.
Come join us. There's plenty of room. You can find me on PSN at Gorilla Golf or on Twitter at Gorilla Golf 1987. You can always at me, like I said, folks. Feel free. Come at me. If you got a different opinion, I'm ready for it. I'm a big man. I can take it. Come at me. I'm waiting for you.
And I'm Buster Knuckle. You can find me on Twitter at BusterKnuckle13. That's BusterKnuckle13. You can find me on PSN, BlisterLister113. You can also find me in the RNG Cast Discord. I believe the invite is posted to the top of our Twitter.
Yes, it is pinned.
Okay, it's pinned to the top of our Twitter.
Yes, it is pinned. It should still be accurate. So,
if not, tweet any one of us. We got you.
Seriously.
You can find us actually on our Twitter at the RNG Cast. You can email us, therngcast@gmail.com. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/the RNG Cast. We're going to watch Bleach sometime soon, I promise. We're going to have to just try to get everybody up because apparently when I go on vacation, I forget people have schedules. Yeah, I forget it. It's
like, I'm on vacation. We can do this. Like
everybody's on vacation. If I'm on vacation,
it's like we can do this thing. Mornings are good. How about tomorrow morning? No.
That was funny.
That being said, I don't know what time is, and this is the RNG Cast. We're out.
Later, man.
May the RNG gods be in your favor.
See you all next week.